Welcome to Sports and Stogies. Now, introducing your hosts, Cameron Winkowitz and Austin Hayes.
Really? With the rest. I think that's kind of how mine is, just because of, like, the result from the physique. You know what I mean? Like, years down the road, you can definitely tell this dude was just pumping roids nonstop. He looks like a deflated balloon.
Well, then I know, I have a feeling you have one guy on there that didn't have that ridiculous of a physique. What do you say it like that?
This is start whenever.
I already did.
Oh, you're already on?
Oh, yeah, we're rolling.
Okay. So, best physiques all time.
I don't want to say best.
Just most
Personal favorite?
roided out.
It's the most ridiculous physiques I've ever seen.
Okay, the most unhuman
Yes.
physiques.
Because, like, best physiques, probably Randy Orton.
Okay, I took a little, because he's on my list. I went a little different. I
Randy's
got two
on
guys that are just absolute freaks, and two that
So
are...
I went all freaks.
I went all freaks, too.
Okay.
Do we just want to go around?
First one, I assume, is on all three of ours. Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
No.
Brock's on there for
I mean,
me.
you want those monstrous traps. He looks like he was grown in the lab.
You can get him elsewhere, which I have two other guys with ginormous traps.
Probably
Yeah.
having one of those guys then.
Dude, I said, like, Prime Goldberg.
Prime Goldberg's on my list.
On my
Yeah.
list. Yeah.
Okay.
We got
Closest.
Ryback.
I have Ryback, too.
Oh, I forgot about Ryback.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Freak.
Dude, I feel like you guys probably didn't remember this guy, but Chris Masters.
Yeah, the Master Lock, dude.
Yeah,
He was
dude.
on the list of things I looked up.
I'll
Yeah.
never forget when me and my brother put each other in full Nelsons till we cried.
I mean, who hasn't done that with their brother, though, right?
Dude, I watched a video of him on TikTok like 2 months ago, and he's still wrestling, but he's wrestling in like high school gymnasiums, and you can tell that his body just won't-
Like Indy.
worse than Indy, dude. It literally looks like a school assembly. But he isn't on steroids anymore, and he looks like a deflated balloon.
Yeah, once they get off the juice, man, he starts sagging a little bit.
Yeah.
Or
I
not.
got a Prime Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, I
So, yeah,
forgot
to
about
go old
him.
school, you got Warrior, you got Macho Man,
My number
you
one.
got the Hulkster,
The Hulkster. He was
never
like,
had that crazy
He was always.
one.
I don't think so.
giant biceps.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
it.
That's like Macho Man looked better.
But like he kind of
Warrior,
gut.
Warrior looked better.
But yeah, he always was like a bigger dude, just
Yeah.
wider guy too. But Prime Scott Steiner,
Oh my god.
disgustingly large.
I forgot about Scott, dude. I had Triple H back before he tore his
I also
quad.
have Prime Triple H.
And
yeah.
then I don't know if you guys remember Lex Luger.
How could you forget Lex Luger,
Dude, Lex Luger was
I
insane.
think he was.
Is that the British Bulldog? Or
No.
that's the other guy.
He was
they
the
were teammates,
guy.
though, right? Or,
I don't know if they were.
I think he.
my history's a
I
little
think
bit
they
off.
Fought maybe.
Yeah.
I think so. I know like after Hogan left, they needed somebody to be like the American guy, and that was Lex
Yeah,
Luger.
he was like the best. He's like has one of the best United States champion runs.
So yeah, definitely
maybe.
then the arch nemesis of the British Bulldog. Again, at least you would think.
I can't. It might have been the Intercontinental Championship that he had.
I think now he's like wheelchair bound though because of everything.
I mean, a lot of those guys have serious problems.
If they're alive.
Yeah, most of them don't live past like 50.
Heart blows up.
Yeah.
So yeah, not a freak, but not even prime. Current Randy Orton,
He's the best he's ever looked.
for sure.
Yeah.
But like also realistic. Like if you work
Yeah,
out for
'cause,
15
like,
years, you
younger-
could get to Randy Orton.
Younger Orton was always thinner. He
2%
was just
body
sleek
fat.
and cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now he's just like,
Bulked up.
yeah. He looks good.
So we got-
It's always weird to go back and look at Randy Orton like before he had tattoos and when he still had hair.
It is weird to see him with hair.
And it's weird to see Cena with hair now.
Yeah.
Like, that
Yeah.
never should have happened, right?
Yeah.
And who's the best of like the Giants, right? Like they can't have great physiques,
Great Khali.
but
No.
I think Great Khali had the best physique out of the Giants.
Oh,
Kane,
best
maybe?
physique. Undertaker, I think.
you can never see Taker enough though.
He used to wrestle in like that singlet. You could see like his shoulders and everything. He was huge.
I'd take Prime Kane over Prime Taker.
I think Great Khali had the best physique.
I think he did. I think that's a solid take.
Is this the most homoerotic thing we've talked about on the show?
It's definitely up there in gay things that we've said.
I didn't say gay. I said
It's the same
homoerotic.
thing. Homo, gay, it's the same thing.
Nah, you're kind of off your base here, man. It's 2024.
Eh.
It also just read a vocabulary book.
It's
Yeah,
the
it
same
doesn't
thing,
even
dude.
mean the same thing.
Complete opposites.
Yes, it does.
Well, not opposites, but
Homoerotic is not what that means.
Homo means gay. Erotic means it's like
homo does not mean gay.
to turn you
It
on.
means the same.
Yeah, homo is a Latin
You
prefix.
have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, I
right
do,
now.
dude. I know.
No, you don't.
I think next
I
week
do.
I want to give Shane like a 10th grade like English test.
Oh, dude, I killed it in English.
Clearly not.
Yes, I did.
Then you forgot all of it because it hasn't really carried over.
I literally just broke down the word, dude. Homo meaning same. Erotic is like sexual,
Okay.
right? Same sexual. Means you're kind of gay.
That's not how that works, dude.
It's
I
not what it
disagree.
even means.
I
Yeah,
disagree.
you're off
Look
base
it
here.
up.
If you look up like erotic
No.
something
Just
something.
look up homoerotic.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up, dude.
Now, it could mention some
It's gonna say
homosexual
it's gonna say-
undertones,
It's gonna
but
say you're a
it's-
little gay.
No, I don't think so. This is also the first time I feel like Shane has looked stuff up
Dude,
on the show in a while.
concerning or arousing sexual desire centered on a person of the same sex. You're a little gay.
That really, simplifies that sentence right there.
No. I'm breaking it down.
I know you're a simple-minded guy, but that's a little too oversimplified.
So then what do you get out of that?
What I get, actually, is go ahead and pull up that chair.
Pour up that drink.
I'm like that cigar.
It is time for episode 71, back with the full crew here at Sports and Stogies. Cam?
Will say your solo show, very good.
Better than I expected.
I was impressed.
Yeah, difficult for sure.
And I was going to say I definitely could not do it.
Definitely go out of breath.
Yeah.
Like, I only took 2 breaks, but even in the middle, I had to be like, back away from the mic, take a breath, regroup
you
a little
also
bit.
talk really fast still.
Definitely when it's just me.
And you talk just faster in general. Like I feel like it would be like I wouldn't struggle with like the breaths because I have longer sentences like lengthwise.
It's also, I'm so concerned about breathing into the mic that I don't breathe like I normally would talking when there's not great audio in my mouth.
Right.
So that definitely factors in too. But overall, yeah, I enjoyed it, had fun doing it. Did Shane listen?
No.
Didn't think so.
Dude, I just started my new job. I've been working. I've been doing stuff.
You didn't have an hour of free time at some point?
Not today. Definitely not today.
What about the last week?
I was doing trainings.
Well, support is much appreciated.
Uh-uh. You were watching Ted and Blazing Saddles.
Is that a fact?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I cannot compete with Seth MacFarlane or Gene Wilder, so
Dude,
that's fair.
we were having a conversation. Like, if that was pre-Wonka Gene Wilder and he still got that job, crazy.
Different time, dude.
Crazy.
And I do think that was before Wonka.
That's insane. You're like, yes, this is the guy I need in my children's movie.
I mean, he also plays kind of a psycho, though.
He really does, man. Like, if you really...
The best
as much
part
as
of that
you want
is-
to say like
Yeah.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory are children's movies, they are, but they really aren't. The undertones are.
The whole reason that works is you really never know if Gene Wilder is just actually going to kill these kids, and he's a total psycho, or he's just sweet, chocolatier.
Wonka was pre-Blazing Saddles.
How big is that gap?
3
Probably
years.
a year or two?
3 years.
Okay.
But,
Which apparently, that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie has been surpassed by the new Wonka with,
Timothy
Yeah.
Chalamet.
yeah, so it broke the box office of Johnny Depp's, and it's more higher reviewed than Gene Wilder's.
Which I think is weird because it's a musical, and I feel like people don't usually like to go and watch musicals in the movie theater.
Yeah, but it's also an origin story of Willy Wonka, not. It's an original idea, basically.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie, I want to watch it. Like, it looks interesting.
So do I, and I don't remember it being a musical. Like, there's
No, I
obviously
feel like-
music numbers
Yeah,
because
so is
it's.
the other ones.
No, I've heard that this one's like a musical. Like every other,
So, like Grease.
yeah. Where there's like normal acting, but then they just like bust out in a song type of thing.
So yeah, a few numbers, that's...
I'd say Grease is a musical.
Yeah, but if there's still like...
Yeah,
I
but-
feel like there's probably 2 songs in Wonka.
No, there's like a whole soundtrack of that dude just singing.
Of Timmy singing?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
For a guy that's not seen the movie, you're very, very informed.
No, I want to see it, dude. I heard one of the songs
Who?
and it stuck in my head.
Who told you that it's a musical?
I've been seeing a bunch of TikToks about it.
Well, TikTok is a very reliable source.
I think so, dude. That's how I found out that Bill Belichick was interviewing with the Falcons.
Now, you heard that from Cam.
No.
Definitely.
Nope.
Or Shefty, who probably heard it from Cam also.
I believe I was the first person to report on that.
You talking to Shefty, dude?
He was talking to me.
Get him on the pod. We'll see how he feels about homoerotic.
He's kind of pretentious, honestly. And he steals the spotlight.
He's definitely a spotlight guy.
Plus, if he comes in, that means you got to go out.
I'd make
And
that. I think I'd
feel
make
bad
that.
doing that to you.
I'd make that sacrifice, I think.
Who's going to produce?
Tell you what,
Shefty.
we
dude.
bring in Shefty, but me and you both bail, and we let Shane go one-on-one with Shefty
Oh,
to
man.
earn his stripes a little bit.
Dude, I'd ask the stupidest questions I could think of.
Intentionally?
Oh, yeah.
It would not be intentional.
Yes, it would, dude.
You couldn't talk to him about sports.
Yes, I could.
He would 100% embarrass you.
Well, it didn't have to be a debate. He could talk to him
No,
about
I could
sports.
literally just talk to him. I don't have to debate him.
Well, I'm saying you couldn't make any points that he would disagree with because he would obliterate you in a debate.
If we were debating, I'm sure he would disagree.
Well, I'm saying, like, if you were like, oh, I really don't think that Sirianni coached that bad. He would, and he disagreed, he would completely destroy you and you would have to change your opinion.
I'd hope so. It's his full-time job.
Yeah, he's a professional on TV.
Yeah.
Shane's a blossoming young journalist and producer.
I do this
He's
once
working
a week,
on it.
man.
Well, that's your fault.
You want me to do it every day of the week?
You could if you wanted to.
I mean, I tend to pay attention to things that I'm going to talk about here more than once a week.
No, I'm saying the whole, like actually recording and stuff. That's Shefty's full-time job, dude.
He's
always
not
on
going
TV.
to out-record you.
What do you mean? Yeah, he does out-record me.
Well, I'm saying that, but that's not what that meant at all. What are you talking about?
But, like, his full-time job is, like, preparing for interviews and constantly keeping up with league, like, insiders to find out what's going on.
I don't think he sleeps.
No, he doesn't sleep.
Again, we're not talking about him breaking news. I'm talking about a debate.
But he's obviously more knowledgeable than me. It's his job to be the most knowledgeable guy in sports.
If you were to be on one show or sit across from one sports media personality, who are you sitting down with? Because I think there's a clear answer now.
Shannon Sharp.
Bingo.
Yeah, dude, that Cat Williams interview is wild.
Even before that. Who gets Shannon and Ocho? Both?
Oh, my God, dude. I love those two together.
Ocho is kind of like Shane.
Dude,
But more entertaining, because again, he's Chad Ochocinco. I mean, come on.
I was watching,
And I feel like he just says stuff. He knows it's probably not true.
The clips I've seen are just usually him laughing at
Then
Shay Shay.
Yeah, so like it's usually he just laughs after Shannon Sharp's like,
Yeah.
Ocho, that's just not true.
He goes, Shannon, come on now, Shannon. Come on now, Shannon. That's like the whole clip.
well, they were
Yeah.
they were talking about something with bigger women. And Shannon was talking about how you can't throw them around, and Ocho was like, "Let's speak for yourself."
No, their latest one where Shannon goes, if you got that ooh wee, I'm
Get
touching
that
bus.
ooh-wee?
I'm T and B. That cracked me up.
I don't care about Stephen A. or Skip. I just want pure fun. Like, it got to be
Pat?
McAfee, right? Got to be Pat.
Yeah.
Or just the whole crew, even.
Well, you can't care about Stephen A.
Can we
He does way too much Cowboys trolling for you to enjoy that guy.
Honestly, be a good give
Can
and
we-
take then, at least.
Can we count Jason Kelsey as a?
Technically, yeah.
Successful podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think they have like the #1 podcast.
I think they do.
Well,
I'd
behind
probably-
JRE, though, right? There's no way
Well,
they passed up.
I mean, sports
Sports-wise?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You would assume so. Yeah.
I'd hang out with the Kelsey brothers. That'd be cool. I think.
Get me on the Manning cast.
Uh,
Not during an actual game
I'm not a fan.
of just them, period.
I don't really.
Or them during the
yeah,
broadcast.
I'm not entertained by them.
I don't like them doing an actual game because I want to watch the actual game.
Well, I don't even care. Like, they can do the game. Just give me game noise. Why are they the only broadcast that doesn't have the game noise in the background? Why is it
Anything.
muted?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Or just don't have guests on. Like, I listen to Peyton break down actual, game theory all day. But when they bring in even a guy I love like Bill Burr, it's like, I need to have the actual game on over here, and then the
Yeah.
Manning cast like after the game to be entertained by.
I'm not entertained by it at all.
Hey, to each their own,
Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not for me.
It sounds like you hate it as much as Shane hates Bull Bull.
Nah, I disagree.
Well, with that note, what are you puffing on tonight?
I have got the tobacco in my pipe known as the Colt Blood Red Moon.
Sounds kind of satanic.
Well, it's not. It's a mild blend with Burley, Virginia, and Cavendish. It's aromatic, obviously, and it's got cherry, dark chocolate, and hints of vanilla.
Once again, the smell itself is just incredible.
It's so good, and it just disappears. It never gets stale. It's just quick in and out. I mean, pipe tobacco is just game changing.
Flavor-wise, all those notes transfer over.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit of coffee in there as well, like a little bit of espresso, but really just chocolate covered cherry.
Which is the nose as well.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Looks like better smoke production as well. They're
Yeah,
just more
definitely.
and more potent.
Well, I'm also getting better at packing, that kind of thing. So I do want to get a new pipe, like an actual one, because this one is kind of gimmicky, and I think that affects the length of it affects the smoke production. But works for now. Still love it. Still super cool.
Just looks so badass too.
Yeah.
I've got the Belladama Ace. So I'm a new member of the Belladama Cigar Club, and they're all focused on like poker hands. So when you first join to get a 12-pack, you get 2 jacks, 2 queens, 2 kings, 2 aces, 2 flushes. The Ace here is a 6x52 box pressed torpedo. It's a wrapper is the San Andres Maduro, of course my favorite. A Dominican Habano binder, and Dominican Criollo, Piloto, and Viso fillers. There's a lot going on. Excellent burn. Nice dark flavor. Again, dark chocolate. And I wonder how much of the nose of your pipe affects my palate when I'm smoking right next to you.
Yeah?
Because I feel like I'm definitely still picking up all the noses from what you're smoking.
Because of the room note, yeah.
Yeah. So that's got to affect mine a little bit. But it's definitely like I'm getting dark chocolate, some dark fruit, more leather, more earth. But there's probably some small factor there, I would assume.
Maybe, yeah.
But the first care package, you get these actual gold playing cards.
They're so cool.
And then once you get a set or like a full 5-card hand, you can turn those in for more smokes.
That's
So they
pretty
send me a
cool.
chip, cool coaster. Then they have like I think weekly or monthly Zooms with prizes given out. So great club, and so far excellent smokes.
Speaking of chips, we also got our Ohio Cigar Mafia chips, are comboed with Southeastern Guide Dogs, obviously. Super cool.
There's really nothing cooler than having poker chips like custom like that.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty cool. So
Maybe
shout
one
out
day.
to Wolfie and the OCM for the chips. Very high quality, very cool.
And then I think by the end of the month, hopefully, our OCM New Riff Barrel Pick will be in, ready for pickup, which we're stoked about that. And you still have the
Elijah Craig cured and crafted barrel proof
from
on the way.
GCSB, right?
Yep.
God, can't wait. Can't wait. And then as we get closer, we'll, of course, pimp out the OCM event schedule, which is pretty much all locked in for the year. But again, I think our first one's not until May, I think at the earliest. So
April, I thought.
that's not locked in for sure yet, though. I
Okay.
just need a date locked in for that. But a lot of cool things coming this year. Let's go fan Q-wise. Gentlemen, is it our duty to support Cooper DeJean? And Shane, do you know who that is?
He does not.
No, I have no idea.
Projected first-round draft pick out of Iowa. A white cornerback.
Oh, I've seen that guy. I think so. If we're gonna do the Pro Bowl, the way people have been proposing,
We definitely need him.
it's been a while, man.
Pretty much 20 years
I
since
mean-
a starting.
You could say what, safety, Harrison Smith,
Yeah, but
DB.
Taylor
if
Rapp,
if
you know?
if you just want to wrap DBs all into one.
Got a couple of them. But a true coverage corner. Projected first-round pick, no less. Might need a jersey for the studio.
the only
Everyone
thing,
on Iowa's defense should be projected first round picks.
Straight, and the punter, of course, should be
Dude.
probably number 1 overall.
if he sucks though, that's a horrible look.
not, though. There's no expectations.
The expectation is that he's terrible.
Corner is the hardest position for a rookie to come in and play off the bat, too.
I think it's the hardest position in football.
In general.
But
Yeah, hopefully he does good, man.
we definitely got to be fans.
We do. We can't hate on the guy. Like,
What if he goes to Pittsburgh?
Then we
Well,
can
then
hate
I
on the
can't-
guy.
I can't support it.
Can't do it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I could say he's good. I mean, I just can't say
Can't be a fan.
correct. I can acknowledge and respect talent, but I can't say that I'm rooting for the guy
Yeah, you're saying he's going to pick off, Joe Flacco week 1 next year.
because he will be starting, according to Shane.
That's what I heard. Unless maybe he doesn't like Cleveland, one of the sabotage team or something. I've heard that theory too,
Makes more sense to me than him starting next year.
You want to introduce our new segment here on the show.
So Larry, our good friend of the show, had messaged me on
Mid last week, give or take.
last week, and he had said, "Hey guys, I have a proposition for a new segment, and love it." He even gave me the name. So this is the Larry Vaughn special, Blast to the Past. We would like for this to be a fan-driven segment, just like fan questions, kind of just a different version of fan cues. Basically, you will send us across all 4 major sports,
Or even outside of that.
or even outside of that, send us a sports controversy that was game-changing or had an impact in a big game. Obviously, this week's example from Larry is the 2002 Raiders versus Patriots tuck rule incident that led to the Patriots winning the game.
Now, can Shane, who studied up, give us a breakdown for maybe the viewers that don't know what happened there?
So essentially, it was the fourth quarter, and it was the go-ahead drive of, what was that, the wild card round? That would have been,
I almost want to say AFC Championship game.
no,
No?
because they had to go play the Steelers next, and then I think, so that would have been divisional round. Steelers-Pats, very snowy.
Raiders Pats.
Raiders-Pats. And Charles Woodson came on the side, hit Brady. Brady seemed to have lost the ball. One would say that's a fumble. Others would say that is an incomplete pass because he was in the middle of a throwing motion and he had not tucked the ball in order to move.
Well, the tuck rule was actually any motion, including a tuck, was considered a throwing motion.
I thought it was attempting to tuck.
No, so that was included in a throwing motion. So
So-
basically, there was no way for a quarterback to fumble if the ball was moving at all. Like,
See, my
Yeah.
understanding was that it was just the motion of going to tuck it was a forward pass.
So straight from the article, it says, upon review of the play, the refs determined that even though Brady had seemingly halted his passing motion and was attempting to tuck the ball, it was an incomplete pass and not a fumble under the then effective NFL rules.
correct.
Then, of course, that would have sealed the game for Oakland. Pass kick a field goal and then win it in overtime, thanks to the great Adam Vinatieri.
Who I completely forgot was ever not a Colt.
Really, I feel like he's even more known for being a Pat.
I feel like he was just a Colt for so long.
Yeah, but the
And that was
biggest kicks of all time.
also my entire childhood was him as a Colt.
That is a fair point, yeah. So, given what the Pats did after that, in terms of just the NFL, top 5 most significant call
Well, I'll be honest.
of all time?
I'm shocked that let's just look at the rule itself. First of all, what a terrible rule! It came about in 1999, 3 years before this happens.
I wonder what happened in 98 that made them implement this rule,
Yeah, true.
if anything.
But And even after this happened, it was still a rule until 2013. That's insane, right?
It is, and I think it's really funny because when when Woodson and Brady were like going over the play, Brady messed up and said, "That's a fumble." I mean, that's a tuck rule.
Well, he also played when that would have been a fumble.
Yeah,
So easy mess up.
right.
But in today's NFL, at the time they were discussing it, yes, it was a fumble.
Yeah,
So, fun fact here: this is not the first time that season the Pats had been involved in a tuck rule call.
no, it was against the Jets.
Yeah, Anthony Pleasant hit Vinny Testaverde, causing a fumble, but was overturned upon review and ruled an incomplete pass. So, of course, Bill says, I knew what the ruling should have been because we had dealt with that play a little bit earlier on the other side of it. And then, yeah, abolished in 2013 by a 29-1 vote. You want to guess who voted against it?
New England.
No, Pittsburgh. Who would have thought, right?
Pittsburgh makes very good decisions.
And yeah, Pats went on to beat Pittsburgh in the AFC title game and then beat the Rams in Super Bowl 36 by, yes, of course, another Vinatieri field goal. Yeah, love the idea of the segment. Love whether it's from your team or not, whether you have personal bias in it. Send those in, of course. Shane, where can they find the information to get to us, which we did not do earlier?
We did not do promo. You can find us at Sports and Stogies on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X. We have a Reddit. We have our email at Sports and Stogies, and anywhere that you listen to podcasts on at Sports and Stogies.
Yeah, I'm stoked for this. Can't wait for more.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. And we'll obviously polish it up as we go. If that wasn't a rule, Raiders probably go to the Super Bowl.
At least win that game.
Maybe the Patriots dynasty kind of collapses a little sooner than it did.
Or maybe they just win one less ring.
There's a lot of what ifs here.
Brady said that if that play went the other way and he fumbled, he probably isn't the starter the next season.
Imagine one call affecting the entirety of NFL history.
Tom Brady gets known as career backup who fumbled and...
No, I don't think I think he would have gotten picked up by a different team.
And still won rings. It's still Brady.
Yeah.
I think it would just be a different... We'd be looking at Brady a lot differently.
We'd probably
And
be
then-
looking at Bill a lot differently, too.
What's the debate for the past 15 years? Montana's still the GOAT. We love that debate, but who else would fit in there? Does Rodgers win 2 more rings? Does Big Ben win 2 more rings? Does Drew Brees get more? Peyton
maybe get more.
AFC's wide
Eli
open.
never gets 2.
Never say never. Yeah, what a wild butterfly effect, right?
I
And
don't
then
know.
on that same vein, I guess that's a good segue to our actual NFL news with Bill Belichick and the Pats parting ways.
He's the front runner for Atlanta. Based on his account, that seems like where he wants to coach. He says he wants to go to an underachieving, talented team.
And they fit that bill for sure.
They do. LAC fits that bill, but I think that depends on Harbaugh. But I think Bill Belichick would be a good fit in Atlanta and could bring them a Super Bowl. Especially, I know Atlanta wants to trade. They offered the number 8 pick for Justin Fields.
Is that confirmed?
The trade deadline's not available yet, so we have to wait till after the Super Bowl. But
That's the talks.
that's
rumor.
the talks. That's the rumor that the Falcons said they would offer the number 8 pick for Justin Fields. And if you're the Bears, there's no reason not to do that because you probably want to draft a quarterback anyways.
Exactly. Whether you wanted to keep Fields or not, take the 8 and then go ahead and draft at 1 and take your pick of whichever QB you want. I can see if he takes that job the next 5 years with a nice young core on both sides of the ball, an owner that wants to win is going to let Bill be GM if he wants to and take complete control of the team. Is Fields the guy to win a chip?
Because
Maybe, maybe not.
they're in a first year. They just hired a new GM anyways.
Yeah.
So who better to show the new GM the ropes than Bill Belichick?
I want to see Bill with a dual threat quarterback too. You've never really seen that before. Not that he's going to be, calling the offense anyway, but it'd be a nice change of pace for him at least.
Yeah, what can he do with a team that would basically excel in a West Coast style offense as an East Coast team?
An easy division to be in. Could definitely win it next year.
Yeah.
I was hoping he'd come to Dallas, but we'll touch on that in a minute. And then in the same vein, within the same 24-hour period, you have Nick Saban retiring from Alabama. Again, totally out of the blue to the media at least. So you have probably the two best football coaches of all time.
In the last 24 years, 12 of them have ended with Saban getting a championship or Belichick getting a championship.
That's unreal.
So my entire life, there's been a 50% chance that I see Nick Saban or Bill Belichick with their respective sports championship trophy.
End of an era. I've been seeing so many great clips of, pressers and practice sound bites from both these guys. Probably never going to see anything like this again, right?
Not for a long time.
Not in the NFL for sure. No one's
No.
going to get 6 rings. And no one's probably going to dominate like Alabama did, especially with the NIL stuff now.
Yeah, with maybe with the expansion of the playoffs, you might see a team that like the 5 seed, maybe a team like Georgia this year.
I don't want to say that we
But-
won't ever see it in the NFL though, because I honestly think that if any team is or if any coach is going to do it, it's probably going to be Sean McVay. Because he's so young, he's already got one. He's only like 30-something right now.
Yeah, and he was talking about retirement even just last year.
I don't think he will. I think maybe.
Well, I mean,
if-
those are his own words.
I know, but I'm saying like maybe if they were going through a full rebuild right now, like they were probably planning on at the beginning
which
of the
they
season.
are getting ready to have to do.
But they're not right now. They just almost made the divisional round.
Yeah, but Stafford, how many more years does he have?
It doesn't look like he's really slowing
One.
down.
1 or 2 tops.
He's playing well.
But he's injured constantly now.
Just got concussed.
Yeah, he did kind of go unconscious.
Which I like how the spotter never kind of rang that in.
Yeah.
No.
Now, if you would have said Shanahan,
Shanahan too.
Bright
Yeah.
future.
that makes more sense than
I was-
McVay.
I was just
because the
thinking
Rams are in a
age.
terrible spot as a franchise.
I don't think it's as bad as people make it out
It
to be.
is.
You just had 2 fifth-round picks hit and be superstars,
Which is rare.
and that speeds
Yeah,
up
but
your
you
rebuild.
only have 5th-round picks.
Right, but if you're drafting better than pretty much anyone else, granted those two are lucky, but you're speeding up your rebuild a lot having a franchise wide receiver and a franchise running back.
Yeah, but
On offense.
if you don't have a quarterback, it doesn't matter.
They'll get one though. LA is a city that players want to play in.
Is it?
I
In
think
the
so.
NFL?
It's a big
It's
market.
not a terrible take, actually. Not a great fan base.
I don't think LA is as big in NFL in football as it is in basketball.
Not even close.
Now, if you would have
No.
said players want to play in Los Angeles Clippers or Lakers, then yes, they do.
But think about it. You
But
have,
it's not the same for football.
but it's nice weather. I mean, I can't think of
Yeah, but
any,
it doesn't. The football teams don't have that draw. The stadium never sells out.
That's fine.
So what are you playing for?
You're living in
Wouldn't you
LA,
rather
making
go to a
millions.
team that has a history of being a great NFL team
I would
and
much,
still is great, like
If-
Green Bay?
if both teams are looking like they are right now, where they're probably going to be all right, and you're talking going to Green Bay as a quarterback or going to LA as a quarterback, where I can play with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, I'm probably going to LA.
Well, good,
Well,
because the job in Green Bay is
You
locked
can't
up.
go to Green Bay.
Okay, but I'm just thinking of like a city like Green
But
Bay.
you also don't have that choice. Green Bay's going to have to draft somebody. They're not going to have anything to trade.
No, but like free agent signings, like say, I mean, he's an older quarterback, so you're not going to get like a lot out of him. But say like Kirk Cousins is making a decision, I'm sure that wherever he's signing, location is going to play a big deal in that. He probably doesn't
Yeah,
want to
but
go.
then you're saying that Sean McVay is going to win 6 Super
No,
Bowls.
I'm using him
with
as an example.
veteran signings.
I'm using him as an example. Like, players want to play in LA, I think. It'd be a nice place to play.
What players have you seen move to LA by choice?
Did you not see?
I mean, the Chargers had a huge free agent class.
Yeah.
Even just last year.
Like,
Again,
But I don't think location is the main factor in probably anybody's decision to go
not in
somewhere.
football, at least. I think in the reason why it's a big factor in the NBA is because the Lakers are such a
Yeah, you're playing the Showtime, man. You're in
Yeah.
Hollywood.
yeah. It's the Lakers.
Yeah, but I think location does play a part in signing because you have to think you're moving your whole family over there. You're going to live there.
I think any positive that location has for these guys is directly knocked out by California taxes. I think money speaks a lot more than I get to play in LA. There's a lot of warm cities out there where I'm not paying the California tax rate.
But like the Rams are in a spot where their rebuild is going to be a long one.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't think it's going to be as long as people think. They draft very well.
Yeah, but it's what quarterbacks are out there that you think that they're going to be available for LA?
I don't know. I'm not a GM.
Are they going to get a magical hit like Brock Purdy? They don't have the talent around him like the Niners do to make Brock Purdy look like Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Like that's the other thing you have to look. They have an atrocious O-line and not a great defense. So yeah, you have Puka and Kyron Williams, which is they're good, but how much of that is also Matt Stafford, who is a potential Hall of Fame quarterback? Like we haven't seen it. We haven't seen them with anything else other than greatness.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, I don't know. I like LA. They're a fun team to watch. They don't look bad.
You have a free pass to go to be a Rams fan.
No,
If there was ever a time to change,
it's now.
it would be now.
That was one of
No. You witnessed your first Browns experience.
Yeah,
That's what it is. That's the expectation.
yeah.
You have to. That was a good season for us.
My dude,
No, that was a great season, all things
Yes.
considered.
you don't even understand.
We have been to the playoffs like maybe 3 times my entire life.
The peak of that game was, I think it was on the first drive.
There was no peak.
No, listen. I got happy. I'm like, okay, we held them to a field goal. That's fine. And then we didn't score. And then I was like, oh, C.J. Stroud just threw a 60-yard touchdown. It can't happen more than once, right? And then it happened like 3 more times. Like that was hard to watch.
I'm just glad we're all in heartbreak as a trio together.
I'm not.
You're in a perpetual state of heartbreak, which I guess I kind of am too.
I'm not heartbroken at all.
You look a little heartbroken, pal,
I'm perfectly fine.
because your heart's been hardened.
We got my Super Bowl making the playoffs.
Fair enough.
That was a
yeah.
Super Bowl for
with
me.
a 4th stringer. Yeah, with Saban, you get Kalen DeBoer from Washington taking back over, which happened very quickly. As soon as he said, "I'm not going to take the Alabama job," then the next day takes it, which you can't blame the guy for. You're losing your entire UW team, and it's Alabama. What are you going to do? Say no to Alabama?
Yeah.
Other coaching news: Pete Carroll also gone. To me, unexpectedly.
Well, like it was they have said that he is going to stay in the organization. Whatever that means. I don't know.
And yet he said he wants to keep head coaching.
Well,
So it depends on if he gets any offers, I assume.
I'm sure Bruce
Wayne?
no, is it Bruce Arian, the Buccaneers head coach before Todd Bowles?
Bruce Arians. You're
Okay.
there. You're there.
I'm sure he said I would like to still be a head coach,
And then nobody called.
and then he was like, "Okay, I'll just take the head of football operations instead."
And look, if you're Pete, you're 75 years old, still in great shape, but take a less stressful gig in the front office, special advisor, something like that. Stay with your team that you've already built up,
Exactly.
a city that loves you. But yeah, to lose, even throwing Pete in, not to the same level of Saban and Belichick, but to win a college title and a Super Bowl. Should have had 2 rings in the NFL. I mean, 3 of the great coaches of all time, all within a 1 weekend period, all gone. And then again, Cowboys keeping McCarthy, which just came out today.
Another one of the great coaches. So happy he stuck around.
All-timer.
Maybe the greatest.
All-timer for sure.
Greatest in Dallas for sure.
Oh, yeah. Jimmy Johnson, Tom Landry, bums.
Mike
The last
McCarthy.
successful coaches they had.
Tell you what, I never once saw Jimmy Johnson eat 10 Whataburgers in one sitting.
That's a fair point.
That's a fact right there.
That's a fair point.
It
You
is.
can take that to the bank. Yeah, I was hoping for Bill, but I don't think with Jerry still involved.
Well, I think you
Bill
were
could ever
hoping
work.
for anything besides Mike.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
Now you guys lose Dan Quinn for sure.
Which at this point, screw him. I don't even care anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Clean house, dude. Absolute bum. Yeah, he's probably going to go to, you said what, Seattle? Is one of at least a couple teams
You
requesting
not
to
play
interview
with the
him.
wires.
It was kind of distracting, wasn't it?
Like, can you focus on the show?
I am focusing on the show.
Like, get that out of your hand.
I can't not.
Am I going
have
to
it
have to
in my
treat
hand.
you like a toddler?
No, dude, I can't not have it in my hand. It's in my hand every show. I just
Well,
play with it.
just stop playing with it.
No,
Shane, where does Dan Quinn go
he's going to Seattle.
as the head coach?
Yep,
Absolute fact.
yep.
You heard it here first. Shefty, you get that?
I haven't even heard anyone else request an interview,
Not with him.
which seems odd.
I would, if I'm him, I'm just keeping the job I have now.
I'm head coaching.
He's already been there, though.
Head coach Seattle.
It's a
There's-
fun team.
Again, no expectation.
I don't know about that.
Lower than
You just missed the playoffs, which you're making them last year. You have kind
yeah,
of a winning
but
culture.
Geno Smith is your quarterback. You're
And
never
he's
going to
really
win a
your-
Super Bowl with
He's really
Geno
your
Smith.
only holdup.
And apparently, quarterbacks are a dime a dozen. And
They'll
So-
find Kirk Cousins. Seattle's a place players want to go to. I've heard that. Great weather. Probably not much rain. And then
no, there's that kind of that whole division. Besides the Niners, are like, it's getting ready to be limbo for like second place there.
Arizona with Kyler, very solid football team.
Yeah, but how good?
I don't know if we know. Based on
Like,
how the draft
That's
goes.
the thing. Like, we don't know how good Arizona is. Geno Smith is what he is, and how long is he going to still be there before they try and move on?
And the Rams overachieved this year.
Rams overachieved, and how long is Stafford going to keep playing? And it's like, is Stetson Bennett your?
No.
I mean, is he even going to play football? I still don't even know what his medical issues are, as to why he was inactive this year. But it's like, you're not in a position where you have draft picks, or a high enough draft pick to take a top 5 quarterback out of the draft this year, to at least sit under Stafford for next year. You're not. I mean, I don't remember how many picks went to Detroit, or if they've already used all of those.
I want to say it was 2 picks. 2 picks.
But I don't remember what the years were.
Let me check.
But even then, even a couple years removed, was that trade still worth getting your 1 ring and having even 10
Oh,
years
definitely.
of being what they are right now?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, 1 ring was worth it.
So, of course, it sucks to be an average team for 5-6 years, but you got your title.
Yeah, and
You
in
know?
my opinion, it was worth it more for Stafford than anything.
Oh, yeah, because now I think he
Like, he's a Hall of
completely
Famer.
locks up. I would say even without the ring, but I can see why you wouldn't put him in. But with a ring now, he's got to be in.
Yeah,
Got to be in. Now, your Brownies clean house offensively.
They already used all the picks. It was a 2021 third and a 2022 first.
Okay. So
And
now,
a
so now
20.
you now. Oh,
2023 first also.
okay. That's what I thought. So now you're in a situation where you have late first round picks. All the quarterbacks are going to be gone. At least all the ones that are desirable, big names. So you get a guy like Brock Purdy. Is Puka Nakua and Kyron Williams enough to make a subpar average quarterback into a guy that can win you playoff games or to lead you to a big season?
And even then, we never really know, right? Some guys that go in the 5th round end up being great quarterbacks. I think it happens
Rarely.
less now because we
But-
put so much stock in just pure physical talent. Are you going to find a Tom Brady in round 6? Most likely no. But it is possible. Who would have thought they would have found Puka in round 5 or Kyron in round 5. Am I betting on the Rams' future? No, but I don't think it's a complete lost cause.
I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, that whole division, the Niners are going to run that division for a while.
As they should. Now, Shane, with your first heartbreak and then cleaning offensive house. OC gone, pretty much every position coach gone.
We even got rid of the tight end coach, which makes no sense because David Njoku was good.
Probably not because of the coach, but...
No, but like...
Well, we knew he was good. That's why we made him the highest paid tight end in the league.
Right, but whatever the coach is doing is working. Right? I
mean, how much...
Coach was just telling, hey, Joe Flacco, throw it to Njoku. He's always open.
I don't know why we still even have these specialty coaches. Like, I don't know what they actually do.
No, neither do I.
Like, maybe they're there for practice. Maybe they help guide just the drills and stuff. But, like, the offensive coordinator is making all the calls. They're making the scheme. You might be able to raise your hand and say, hey, man, what if we ran Njoku on a seam in the playbook at all? And it could be completely disregarded because you're the tight end coach.
I feel like it's all just prep.
Like, it's not as significant as it is in college because you're actually training these guys to be NFL talent. I think once you get to the pros, you're kind of a lot harder to coach by default.
And you shouldn't need a coach.
Specifically for your position.
Yeah.
I think it helps rookies more than anything, but once you've been in the league for so long, at a point, you're less receptive to coaching by a specialty coach like that. You're like, yeah, dude, I'm the highest paid tight end in the league. I forgot your name. Like, did you even play? And there's always that, but I mean, firing all of those specialty coaches, I don't think really matters. Firing the OC really doesn't matter because Stefanski calls the plays.
Yeah, I was going to say, was it changes that even needed to be made?
So I don't know.
Make a difference?
Maybe this is easier to point at Stefanski. Maybe that was the reason why. As far as any offensive failures, but maybe Stefanski was given the scheme and calling the plays based on his offensive coordinator's scheming. So maybe he was being fed bad schemes. I don't know. I don't know how the intricacies of Cleveland coaching works.
Or any team for that matter.
Or any team.
Like, it's fun
besides
to sit here,
teams that the offensive coordinators call plays. Like, I know what that guy does.
But even then, we're not really entirely sure how much the head coach overrules.
Correct.
Like, chief example, the Chiefs with Bieniemy and Andy Reid. We didn't know how good Bieniemy was, if he had any input at all.
Well, we do now that the Chiefs had their worst year out of the last 5 years offensively.
If he was still there and he was dealing with Kadarius Toney and the crew they have now, I don't know if he'd be any better.
I think they would have been a better offensive team.
Really?
Yes.
It's kind of a hot take, I feel like.
We saw a very slow, stale Chiefs offense that the only factor other than losing Juju Smith-Schuster was Eric Bieniemy.
I mean, he matters more than maybe coordinators like, look at Philly, losing Shane Steichen, who was the play caller, to my knowledge. They do have more effect than people realize. But as far as, when a coach is the one calling the plays like Stefanski,
I don't.
Is he going to step down from play calling duties?
One can only dream.
And then the Saints keep their head coach but fire the OC. And then coaching-wise, besides just guys interviewing, that's really all we have. I know everybody's looking for Ben Johnson, the Detroit OC.
Dan Quinn's getting interviews. The Bears interviewed Greg Roman for OC.
That was a shocking headline.
Yeah, that's a weird move. I mean, I guess who wants to interview for an OC job right now? Everybody's kind of gunning for head coach.
Until those spots get filled, yeah.
Why do you not fire Eberflus?
Bears fans are asking themselves that question.
Why do you not fire Mike McCarthy? Why do you not fire Dennis Allen? I mean, there was a lot of questionable coach keepings this year, I feel like. Because it's not like Dennis Allen's in his first year.
No, or improved at all.
Is Eberflus in his first year?
Second year now.
So he finished his second year with basically the same.
Maybe a slight improvement.
Maybe one win less. I think they regressed, right?
Yeah, but at least on the field, eye test, they looked better. Defensively, big
No.
step up.
They were in the same boat because I think it's the exact same record because they traded the number 1 pick last year for DJ Moore and multiple picks. So, yeah, this is a
Now he's definitely a hot seat. Whether you have a new
I-
quarterback or not, you have 2 top 10 picks. You got to improve this year.
I feel like Chicago like wasn't really even as bad as they are on paper because like 4 of their games came down to like last play of the game, like Darnell Mooney dropping that catch, like that's a win. The Detroit fumble thing, that would have been a win if that didn't happen. And then I know there's a couple other ones. I feel like they really weren't as bad as they are on paper.
they were pretty bad.
But like if those 2 plays go differently, I think
But
they'd finish almost 500.
Yeah, but even then, almost 500 is still pretty bad.
For the Bears, it's
For
a
the
win.
Bears, that's decent though. It's better than what they were.
Yeah, but like that slight improvement doesn't mean the head coach should keep his job. That's a very insignificant improvement. Now, if they had a winning season, or maybe they were 1 game under 500, be a little different. That's a drastic improvement. That's like double the amount of wins.
And it's even worse because you're comparing that directly to Houston, who had a monumental improvement.
And I'll be honest, there's no team that I want to actually have draft picks less than I want the Bears.
Because
They draft
they're
terribly.
going to mess them up.
They draft so bad.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe Atlanta shouldn't trade the 8 pick for Justin Fields. Maybe they should just send Justin Fields for like some cash
And use that money to get somebody else.
and sign out of free agency. Just keep making trades. You got Montez Sweat. That was a great trade. But they cannot draft,
Especially quarterback.
especially quarter. I mean, Smoking Jay Cutler was the last one. I think Justin Fields is serviceable, just not in Chicago.
No, a bad system for him.
And it's like you're the number 1 pick. Do you take Marvin Harrison Jr. if you still have Justin Fields? You have to.
I can't wait for offseason
And then what do you
draft
do?
talk.
What do you do with the next pick?
O-line, edge rusher, DB,
Yeah, it's
another
yeah,
quarterback, like Shane would say.
I don't know.
Nah.
There is not a team that I want to have as few draft picks as possible. Like I would say, like Cleveland used to be in that boat, but here lately we've been on fire.
Defensively, especially.
So we can keep drafting. We can keep draft picks. That's fine with me. Since we stopped drafting quarterbacks, but I wish I could say the same thing about the Bears.
Yeah, just get your guy.
Because like even
Quit taking QBs.
even the guys they draft that's not quarterbacks, still like just go to other teams.
Name the last great Bears draft pick. No one even comes to mind.
Cole Kmet.
Took him like 3 years, and I would know if he's great. He's a solid tight end.
Maybe there's a defender.
Also, I think they took him first round though.
What's the safety? I think they have a safety that's really
Like
good right
Eddie
now.
Jackson still. Look, that was like 10 years ago.
I thought there was a safety they had currently. It was like almost all pro.
Let's pull up the Bears' current roster and see where they were drafted from.
Did they have? This is years and years ago, but did they have Allen Robinson?
They didn't draft
He was
him.
drafted by Jacksonville.
Oh,
They had him.
or no, wait, was it Allen Hearns? Or were both?
That was
both
also Jacksonville.
Okay,
And also even longer.
yeah.
Okay, you got TJ Edwards, who again I think they brought in, right? Let's see, does NFL.com have where these guys were drafted at? Nope, not Tyson Bagent,
Did they?
although he was drafted by them.
Did they draft Kyle Long?
I don't think so. Yeah, I feel like Eddie Jackson, maybe Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson has been good. You could argue that he's been great.
Definitely had a great year. And outside of that, man, I mean, you're looking at even at least the guys that they still have on their team.
David Montgomery?
Wasn't drafted by them.
He was a Bear.
Before he was a Lion?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
He wasn't great in Chicago. Maybe no fault to his own. But again, that's a guy that they traded away after 2 years.
I didn't know he was drafted. I thought he was been in the league longer than that.
No, he's a lot younger than you think.
Oh.
I feel like it's only like his 4th year.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, he's 26 years old.
wow! I did not know that.
He was drafted in 2019 by the Bears.
That's news to me.
Well, speaking of his team, at least, the only stat I have here, with the Lions win, do you guys know the now current longest drought in postseason advancement amongst the 4 major sports?
I do, because you told me the other day.
Is it Dallas?
It's all
Not
4
Dallas, all
major
4
sports.
I even tell you what, it happened
it's
in
not football.
1995. Was the last time this team advanced in the postseason.
Winning a series or game, basically.
Was
A
it-
series.
Was it the Magic?
It's not the Magic. They've since advanced, at least since 95. I mean, Shaq went to a finals after that, right? It was post 95, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Also, give you a hint, was not basketball.
So it's
NHL or baseball. And it's not NHL.
It was a team with gear in this room.
the Cincinnati Reds.
The Redlegs are the longest drought in 4 major professional sports.
It's tough.
But you know what? The future's bright, though. I think it'll be broken here relatively soon. Maybe not this year, but relatively soon.
Then it's time for Dallas to start tacking up the numbers.
I'm not even going to think about that. Want to go to the film room or go to break here real quick?
Go film room. At the wild card recap.
First game of the postseason. You guys had the spot.
As expected, I would not have wanted to lose any other way. That's the best way to lose. Getting completely outclassed. You got outcoached. They were the better team. There was no excuses to be made.
And by a team you didn't mind losing to, you know?
Yeah, I love CJ Stroud.
Rather them than Baltimore
Yeah.
or Pittsburgh or whoever.
Yeah, but yeah, there's no better way to lose a playoff game than just to get completely destroyed, outclassed in every aspect of the game. It was a complete coaching fail, scheming fail. There's no excuses to be made. You're not nitpicking what calls should be made. You're not nitpicking a missed ref, a missed call, or a no call, or whatever. You are. That's it. You got completely outclassed. End of story. They were the better team.
On the flip side, how great of a win for Houston.
Huge.
And how great for CJ Stroud to, again, look like he has all year, totally composed. Moment didn't get to him. Like you mentioned earlier, Shane, a beautiful deep ball.
That dude, he makes it look so effortless when he throws the deep ball. And I
Best-
feel like it's once a game he's throwing like something over 60 yards.
At least one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's really easy to do when the guy's wide open, too.
Yeah.
Best rookie season of all time.
Absolutely. He's taking his team to the divisional round in what now I think is a winnable game.
Brock Purdy went to the conference championship.
Now, that's true, yes.
So did Joe Flacco and Ben Roethlisberger.
Now, I'm looking at just between results and stats combined. You know, you look at those guys and then Herbie and Andrew Luck, right? All great stat seasons. But for Stroud to come in third all-time in yardage, I think third all-time in rookie touchdowns, take a team that picked number 1 overall last year and then win a playoff game after winning your division. With a rookie head coach, too. I mean, you check off every box right there. And
agree.
maybe
I
you
think
take down the 1 seed in the AFC.
I think there's definitely an argument to be made. Now, if he could do what no rookie's ever done and go to the Super Bowl, then you just seal the deal. But that's a tough ask.
A tall order. Then you go Chiefs Fins, which kind of went as expected.
Such a bad game.
Yeah, terrible weather. Nothing going for Miami.
It's almost like the only team that screens work against is Cleveland.
That seems to be a pattern.
Like, the Dolphins legitimately schemed nothing besides screens. I don't know what Mike McDaniels brought to the game.
And you can't just blame the weather, right?
Because it's the they've never done that.
It was just an ugly watch, man. Like, you can only watch so many 3-and-outs from Miami before you're like, all right, I'm just going to.
And I'll tell you what, I've never seen Tyreek Hill get shaken up so bad by a corner.
No.
Dude, L'Jarius Sneed
L'Jarius Sneed
had Tyreek Hill flinching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a bad dude.
and Tyreek even tweeted after the game. He's like, "Dude sent me to Cancun."
Yeah.
Like, that's the best receiver in the league this season.
And I know
And-
they were down most of the game and trying to mix things up, but Raheem Mostert, 8 carries. A-Chain, 6 carries.
Unreal.
Against this, a very good rush defense, but also a very good pass defense, and you can't let Tua out there just throwing screens in bad weather expect to lead you to a win.
You
Like
think-
when L'Jarius Sneed forced Tyreek Hill to have a false start because he made Tyreek Hill flinch just by moving. I've never seen somebody in another player's head that bad.
I've been seeing
Like even like Ocho, Terrell Owens,
classic
Jalen Ramsey.
Great talkers, which maybe
You-
Snead is. I don't know. But
You've never seen anyone have that effect on another player.
another great player,
Yeah.
another potential offensive player of the year player.
And like, it's not like L'Jarius Sneed was the best cornerback in the league.
He's definitely top 5, though.
Like he's a good quality corner, but nobody's putting him up for all pro. So it's like L'Jarius Sneed, a guy who just is L'Jarius Sneed on a good defense, but you know, good player, maybe not great, but to get in the best, arguably the best wide receiver, I still think it's Justin Jefferson.
But he's at least in the conversation.
But in the conversation for sure, just to completely have him have a mental collapse is something I've never seen.
Too much pressure going back to KC? I mean, could that have factored in? It shouldn't. You wouldn't think as a
but
wideout
they had
it shouldn't.
played KC already, I'm pretty sure.
Not in KC. That was his return to
Was
Arrowhead.
that the first time he played in Arrowhead?
which,
since?
again, shouldn't matter. You wouldn't think.
I mean, not to let somebody get in your head like that.
And it's not like they had another wideout step in where you could use that as ammo. Like, their
Yeah.
wideouts suck.
Are terrible. Their offense sucked.
Yeah.
Since you left,
Exactly.
they've had a significantly drop off in offense.
Well, on to Sunday, I guess we got to go over. Honestly, a great game from Jake Ferguson. 10 catches, 93 yards, 3 tutties. I mean,
Garbage time.
probably absolute story of maybe the postseason from the Fergmeister.
That game,
Yeah,
the score does not reflect that game.
no.
And like I said, the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure it's the only time I've ever seen it. But to send your backups out there in the fourth quarter,
In the third quarter,
in the third quarter,
in a playoff game on
in
the
a
road.
playoff game on the road. I
Unreal.
don't think I've ever even seen starting quarterbacks take the final knee.
Yeah.
They sent
In blowouts.
They sent their backups out there, man.
Yeah, I really have no words that haven't been said by anybody else already. Complete dismantling on both sides of the ball.
Matt LaFleur just rubbed his gentleman's purse all over Dallas's chins.
Completely. And they were outplayed, yes, but completely outcoached,
And then
outprepped, outworked.
completely disrespected.
Yeah. And you would think that maybe would light a fire under your ass. We just tucked our tail and rolled over and died. Because look, putting points up on a second-team defense, that doesn't mean you were really
That's
fighting.
not
That's
impressive.
nothing. Dak, absolute choke job. At this point, the narrative, that is the narrative. I don't care how great his regular season was. No, we're not going to remember that. We're going to recall maybe the worst loss yet, even worse than the 14-yard scramble when time expired to San Fran.
I don't blame that game on Dak. That was on CeeDee Lamb.
Worse than the Zeke, the only offensive lineman to end the game play, again against San Fran, but to a 7 seed, pretty much a rookie quarterback Green Bay team
Well,
at home.
I will say,
We've not lost in 2 years.
but you also haven't beaten Green Bay but like twice since Mike McCarthy's became your coach.
We all thought, you know what, A-Rod's gone. Finally, Boogeyman's out of here.
And then the real boogeyman showed up.
But again, I want to put almost more focus on Green Bay for another, like Houston, overachieving too early kind of season. Do they have 15 years of another great franchise quarterback?
Probably.
Has a team ever been luckier than that?
I feel like Green Bay's GM's just sitting up there laughing at other teams when they draft quarterbacks.
Remember how much hate we gave them when they drafted J. Love? Oh my
I know
God,
how
never
much hate
getting
they got
Rodgers a weapon.
generally from the media, which I mean I don't disagree that they should have. Depends on how you look at it.
You're thinking long term. You're thinking, you know what? A-Rod's going to walk in 2 years. Let's get a guy right now to have 2 years to study under A-Rod.
And he looks just like
Doesn't
A-Rod.
have to start right away and have that pressure. And then clearly it's worked out.
I mean, his throwing motion, his scrambling and throwing on the run. I don't think there's ever been. This is like Kobe and Jordan level of mirroring how a great plays.
And maybe it speaks to the fact that, like the way it used to be, even just 15 years ago, you can draft a quarterback and maybe they're better off not starting right away.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. If Jordan Love was the number 1 overall pick of the NFL draft,
Would have had to start.
there are times when you draft a quarterback that they do have to play.
Most teams now that draft QBs draft them because they need them right now, right?
Correct.
You know, if you're the 10th pick and you have a starting quarterback, you're not taking another quarterback.
Like the Rams. If you draft a guy in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round this year, let him learn under Matt Stafford for at least a year, barring injury, then you might be in better hands than if you just grabbed a guy in the top 10. But nobody's drafting like that.
No.
Maybe that was their intention with Stetson Bennett until he had his health issues. I don't know. But, again, I don't even know what the health issues are.
And the most insulting part for me, personally, was having a guy drafted that was a bum all year. Aaron Jones scored 3 tutties on us.
Man, dude,
You
fantasy
can't stop
legend.
Aaron Jones.
Nobody has the last 3 weeks at least.
Finally healthy, at least.
So,
Good for him, man. And then they interviewed, I think, on Sunday, they interviewed Shanahan. Like, hey, when did you start prepping for Green Bay? He's like, about mid-second quarter. We were looking at who we were going to face up against. Can't fault him there. We all knew it. Even at the first 5 minutes of the
that's
game.
just the cherry on top.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, Shanahan was just like, yeah, we're going to drop a nuke on Dallas too, just like everybody else
Just
is.
because we didn't have to beat him this year. Let somebody else do the job for us. Which would be nice now, I guess, if Green Bay beats San Fran. I mean, I'd be pulling for that at least.
Tough ask.
Let's go to Sunday night. Lions, Rams. I think when Shane said game of the year.
Great game, dude. A lot of fun to watch.
It was.
Puka and Amon-Ra St. Brown put on a masterclass. And
I think you could say that Jared Goff and Matt Stafford put on a master class.
no, but they were like breaking tackles, like they were playing aggressive, like very aggressive. That was fun. Usually, like I'm used to seeing a wide receiver catch the ball and just go down, but watching Puka like on all fours, almost like fighting for an extra yard was sick. Like playoff football is just so much better.
He's a gamer and just great flow.
Does have sick hair.
That has to correlate, right?
But I will say we saw it, and I'm telling you right now, Dan Campbell's going to get himself fired.
His play calling is a bit questionable.
It's not even that. It's when you're at the end of the 4th quarter, you're up by 1 point, and you go for it on 4th down.
I mean, I respect the balls on
in
it.
your own territory.
That's the problem. Is if it's on the 15-yard line, who cares? But in your own territory. Look, you look like a genius when it works.
And let's not to mention, Amon-Ra didn't get that first down by a whole lot.
It was bang bang call. Yeah.
Like it was like half a yard that he got it by. Like you are going to make a decision in the playoffs that costs your team a playoff win. You are either going to have to completely change. He's too stubborn to change, or you're going to get fired.
I mean, you would think that after the Dallas thing where you went for it, 3 times, you'd be a little bit more conservative with the risky moves.
Nope. He said, this is what I do. If you don't like it, get over it, is basically his whole thing.
On one hand, I respect. I do love it. I love him. I love the story so far. But I don't want to see it end with a game they should have won where he made the wrong call.
Dumb decision.
Punt the ball away. Let your defense play. They played a pretty great game altogether.
Yeah.
Why take an unnecessary risk right there? You get the ball in plus territory where a field goal wins the game.
Yeah, that's
you
the
have a
thing,
1
too.
point lead.
It's not like you were up by a touchdown where your defense could hold them to a field goal and that'd be okay. They're pretty much in field goal range if you turn the ball over. they win. Like, that's it. They've won the game. That if Amon-Ra gets half a yard less, the Rams win that game.
Chances go up exponentially.
And that is a dumb decision. Even if it worked, it was stupid.
Now, I wonder how the players feel about that.
Somebody
Obviously,
has to think that it's dumb.
You know, they love the guy, clearly. But you can love somebody and still think, Coach, I don't really know about this, man.
Yeah, somebody has to be questioning it.
I mean, Jared Goff's a veteran by now. He knows football. He
He's
knows
like 28.
exactly. Compared to most guys, he's a veteran. Been in the Super Bowl.
Fair.
Playing quarterback for probably 15, 16 years, if not more. Coordinator, nobody's going to step up and say, Coach, take a timeout. Let's just think this one through.
I don't think Dan Campbell thinks.
Yes, he does. Come on. Still love the guy. Love the post-game speeches.
Yeah, I mean, I love everything about him, but every decision he makes, for the most part, is dumb.
He needs a right-hand man.
Like I said, even when they work. And he even tells you, he says, well, everybody thinks I'm going to be dumb when they don't work, but when they work, I'm a hero. Well, I still think he's dumb when they work.
It was what? He went for like 4th and 12 from like the 50 a few games ago?
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah, it worked, sure, but that's like a Madden call, dude.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Maybe not even a Madden call.
Like, it is dumb plays.
But again, maybe the players like that they have absolute, complete, that he trusts them, more than you could trust anybody else.
Well, except some players. He doesn't trust their defense. He doesn't trust their special teams.
Maybe he does. Maybe he's saying, hey, I trust you guys if we don't get it, to not let them kick a field goal. Which is just a terrible mindset, but maybe that's the way they feel.
I don't know. I think he's a few dumb decisions away from his seat being a lot hotter than he thinks it is.
Shane, thoughts?
I agree, man. Especially after you essentially, you made the right call 2 weeks ago. Going for 2, you made it. You got another chance. You didn't get it, but then you got another chance, and you didn't even consider just tying the game up at that point. And then to go for it, I mean, like you guys said, they win the game. You're out of the playoffs. You're going home. And you're just like, we'll go. Like, that's a Madden call. You said it perfectly. That's like if I'm playing online at like 1 in the morning and I don't give a shit if I win or lose. I'm going to bed afterwards anyway. That is stupid for like an NFL coach to be making the same judgment call that I make at 1 in the morning when I want to go to bed.
Maybe it's all that espresso and caffeine he drinks daily. He's just so hyped up that he can't say, you know what, guys, bring the punter out here real quick.
Yeah, I don't know.
He needs to hire anybody from the Iowa staff to just follow him and whisper in his ear and kind of balance a little bit of that out.
Well, is that a pass play you're calling, Coach? I don't know about that one.
A forward pass? Come on now.
Oh, is that illegal?
2nd and 10? Let's punt right now. Get the defense back out there. Come on now.
Is a forward pass even legal, Coach? Are you breaking the rules?
Come on now. Don't be too sneaky, Coach. What are you thinking now?
Oh, man. Iowa.
Let's see. Monday,
Bills,
not really
Steelers.
close in either game.
No.
Refs. That's all I'm thinking, refs. That's all
George
I'm
Pickens,
thinking.
I see you.
What a dumb thing to say.
Look, I get it. You're frustrated after losing a playoff game. But
Yeah, did the refs make him drop a touchdown pass?
exactly. Come on.
Did the refs make him fumble?
Come on.
Come on now. Are you that dumb that you can't hold yourself accountable for your mistakes? If he caught that touchdown, they'd have been a little bit closer. Maybe they would have had a little bit of momentum. If he doesn't fumble, maybe they score. Come on, dude. Are we serious? Did the
Classic
refs miss some
wideout,
calls? Right? Yes. But they called every game the same.
For both good and bad. There were a lot of calls that probably would have been made last week or 2 weeks ago.
That weren't.
But again,
let 'em
across
play.
the board at least, I'm here for it.
They let him play hard football. They let him play playoff football. And unfortunately, this is just a time that the Steelers, the one time that they're not playing dirty.
Oh, that's what they needed, right? Go on, take the extra mile, boys. Come on now.
Like, and then I see everybody talking about this Josh Allen fake slide that he did. The dude stutter stepped and changed directions.
Yeah,
what part of that is a fake slide?
That wasn't close.
Because he juked out the defender? Because all the defenders gave up on the play?
Plus, look, have you ever known Josh Allen to slide ever? No.
Very rarely.
No.
He
Unless
did
he's trying
that
to
game.
kill the clock maybe and
He
stay
did that
in bounds.
game. He slid, got a penalty.
Yeah, come on now.
But he didn't even. It wasn't. He didn't. He legitimately was standing straight up and just stutter stepped and juked your guy.
It's the ref's fault. What are you gonna do?
Like that. That's not a fake slide
Cam,
at all.
You can't compete against poor officiating.
And your opponent.
Honestly,
I know.
both at once, probably
Yeah,
hard.
it's crazy. It's almost like that. There's every team was competing against poor officiating this
Oh, I mean, Dallas definitely was, dude.
in this playoffs.
Yeah,
Like the refs just let Jordan Love tear up our defense like that.
I can't believe that
Got to
the
be a
refs.
penalty
Come on,
somewhere.
dude.
The refs let Joe Flacco throw 2 pick sixes. Are you kidding me? What,
If
what
anything,
is
this
going
should have
on
been roughing
here?
the passer.
I was gonna say,
It
I think
should've
on
been.
both ones. I thought he got concussed. Honestly,
I
pretty
did
egregious.
too. It was a nasty hit.
You're just gonna let C.J. Stroud throw 55-yard bombs.
Yeah, dude.
He was past the line of scrimmage, dude.
Obviously an illegal forward pass.
Offensive pass interference, probably.
Look at the film, guys. It speaks for itself.
Yeah,
And
what
then Bucks Eagles. At least made my weekend a little bit better.
a masterclass.
It made
by
me
Baker
happy
Mayfield.
seeing Baker.
How could you not be, right?
I mean,
A guy everybody wants to root for.
I saw a clip saying
I'll say
that-
it. My NFC team's the Bucks, or whoever Baker's playing for. I'm
Like-
going to treat him like LeBron fans treat LeBron.
Fan wise,
Yeah.
yeah.
I saw a clip of him when he was still in Carolina, and they had him playing against this scout defensive line, and it's like now he's winning playoff games. Like, how shitty of an organization can you be?
Well,
they can always
Carolina
drop the bar
takes
lower.
T.
Yeah.
The bar is on the floor.
And again, a complete collapse over the past 2 months now for Philly. This is just a cherry on top.
I do recall being told that it wasn't a collapse.
Yeah, complete collapse by Philly.
I mean, just
Officially now.
utter
That's
collapse.
Yeah,
crazy.
officially.
Crazy.
I remember,
Officially
actually, I
now.
think we said that like last month, and Shane was like, it's not a
Well,
collapse, dude.
Yeah, there was
No.
well, I know we had a guy who prematurely said they collapsed, and it wasn't. I mean, that's like saying that building's going to fall down, and
When
if
there's
it,
tunnels underneath it.
if it does in 35 years, then
Don't
you'd
do-
be like,
Don't
yeah.
talk about tunnels. I'll talk for hours.
Like if I say that apartment building across the street's going to fall down, and 65 years from now it falls down, I can come back and be like, yeah, I was
Boom.
right.
I'm right, dude.
No, but you guys told me I was wrong. You're like, he's not a collapse.
It
It's not a
wasn't.
collapse.
At the time.
It was not a collapse.
This is after they lost to Dallas
I'm
and
curious.
San Fran.
You texted me and said that you needed to apologize for something.
I changed my mind.
No.
You'll never find out what it is.
No, dude, you need to apologize.
You don't even know what it was.
I know, but I want to hear it.
I'm not apologizing.
Honestly, I
anymore.
don't even know either myself.
Do you
So
really not? Are
I can't back you up there, Shane.
Really?
So
It
yeah,
could
now
be
you'll never know.
it could be good radio, but the power's in Cam's hands.
Yep,
Wow.
You'll never know now.
Wow. Okay.
Baker, the first Bucks quarterback in history to have a postseason game with 300 yards and 3+ touchdowns.
None to Mike Evans.
Surprisingly, no. I think he dropped one though,
He did.
which is unfortunate.
Officiating.
Cost you a little bit.
Refs.
Big time wide out there. Who would have thought? Kate Otten, 11 targets, 8 catches, 89 yards. But their defense just completely shut down. To even call it a high school offense is insulting to high school teams.
That was definitely the worst offense I've ever seen. Worse than the Dolphins.
At least they tried some screens here and there, you know? They got
Yeah.
speed.
The tush push getting stuffed for the 2-point conversion
It made me so happy.
was unreal.
Made me so happy. And now I see the question. We don't know for sure whether or not Jason Kelsey is going to retire. But if he does, end of the tush push?
I don't know if they'll have a center that comes in that can do it as well as he can.
Definitely a step back, right?
It won't have the same success rate, but they'll probably still utilize it less frequently. Like it may be more of like a occasional thing rather than the only reason
Every
we're scoring.
single third down and goal to go situation. Now, of course, you guys weren't here last week for the full predictions, but just based on where we're at right now, of course, you've got San Fran, Green Bay. You've got Ravens, Texans, both 9-point spreads. You've got Lions, Bucks, and then Chiefs in Buffalo for the first time in Mahomes' career in the postseason being on the road.
I think it'll go Ravens versus Bills in the conference championship. I think the Bills will be in the Super Bowl. I think it'll be Niners versus Bucks. I think the Niners go to the Super Bowl. I think the Bills finally pull it off.
I agree with the Bills call, but I want to say that Houston knocks out Baltimore.
I want to say that. I don't think it will happen.
I'm just going to say it. I mean, what's the worst thing that happens?
you're wrong and nobody recalls it next week.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think Houston has a chance.
And then you said NFC wise.
Niners versus Bucks, and Niners go.
Yeah, AFC I kind of nailed. I had the Browns winning though, but I got Ravens Chiefs next round, with the Ravens moving on, and then I had Niners over the Rams. Missed that one, but Niners winning that game over Dallas, which of course did not happen. So my Ravens Cowboys picks not looking, 50-50.
Phew. You actually picked the Ravens. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Ravens all the way.
Well, I can't believe you picked the Cowboys.
Well, I try to mix it up a little bit, be a little bit devil's advocate.
Your hopes were up, is what happened.
Partially that, and partially just wanted to be something different. Because again, Ravens and Niners should be the matchup, but
Well, I mean,
everyone's picking that,
yeah, but every Cowboys fan say the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl too. So
Well, like Shane, we have some naive hope left. Best matchup, because again, you got 2 9-point spreads with the 1 seeds at home. Detroit's a 7-point favorite against the Bucks, and then Chiefs going on the road to Buffalo.
I think the best matchup is Bucks Lions. Maybe the Packers overperform again, but I can definitely see that spread staying exactly how it is and being covered by a mile. Kind of the same with the Ravens.
I want to
The
go obvious pick and go Chiefs Bills. Every time they play, it's a banger.
I think it should be a banger again,
Yeah.
but I think unless Josh Allen does who's it that, Mr. Hyde? Unless it's Mr. Hyde, Josh Allen, they should handle KC relatively easily.
Yeah,
Especially being
KC's
at home.
got like their worst offense they've had in the last 10 years.
That's true, but even last time they played, it came down to the fourth quarter. Like, it was a close game the whole time. Kansas City almost won with that Travis Kelce little touchdown pass thing if Kadarius Toney could do his job.
So Kansas City lost.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, it was a close game. Like, it was a good
Right.
game.
I don't think this is going to be a close game. It's the first away game for Patrick Mahomes in his playoff career.
And I think it was Micah Hyde. One of the Bills said maybe he just needs a change of scenery. Maybe it's not going to matter at all. But I think more so it's having no weapons to throw to.
And you're in Buffalo, which is, you thought Kansas City's weather was bad? Welcome to New York.
Yeah, forecast again looking pretty rough for this weekend, even across the board.
And we saw, the Chiefs didn't even play that good against Miami in their win. Their defense was great, and that's it.
Yeah, in Baltimore, 27 degrees, snow. Looks like rain in San Fran.
At least it's 27 in snow, though.
Not negative 30.
Negative, yeah.
And then Buffalo, only 25 and partly sunny. So shouldn't be any crazy weather factor there.
That'll change.
And always, yeah. The night before it comes a blizzard out of
It
nowhere.
will snow. The fans will be shoveling.
All right, let's go to break here. SNS episode 71 back after this. Cam, it is 2024, and we are long due to start getting back in serious shape.
Yeah, well, I've started my journey.
As you should, because with the new haircut, the full beard coming in, you need to be jacked.
Nobody on the pod knows this yet, but I have quit pop.
I know that. You told me that.
Well, the fans.
Listeners,
I
of
was
course.
going to say, you definitely just told us that like 2 minutes ago.
But
Nobody's talking to you, Shane. You're not even ready yet.
Dude, he's off
Okay.
the pop.
We're doing an ad read here, if you don't mind.
Okay.
See, I've had I think one Diet Coke since I've quit pop about a week and a half ago.
Feel better?
Well, I was sick for a week, so
Not because of the no pop.
but I do think I've been sleeping better.
That should definitely help.
I've kind of slept more through the night. I've had an easier time falling asleep. I don't toss and turn as much, so I think that's a big factor.
Diet going great. What about the exercise aspect?
We're getting there,
It's tough,
Doing the stairs at work a little bit more than usual.
twice a night sometimes. Maybe you go 3 times.
A little bit more than usual.
Well, I've heard of a solution to overtake the fear of going to the gym or the dread of going to the gym. What if the gym came to you?
Hold on, I thought I had a cough, but I don't think I do. You can make that happen, boys, with Evan Keaton, ACE certified personal trainer, owner of all things. What are you laughing at, dude? I'm doing an ad read.
Come on, don't interrupt this goddamn ad read, please.
Yeah, you guys just bitched at me for interrupting an ad read And here you are doing the same thing.
Wait a minute, Shane. You started reading a card and then quit reading it?
Interrupted your own ad read.
Dude. To berate you,
We
too.
were silently laughing, to be fair.
You
My
weren't
mic
silently
was turned
laughing.
off.
No.
I hit the cough button.
No. Can I finish?
Well, I didn't because I thought I had to cough.
Can I?
So I was
Can
going
I?
to hit it, but then I didn't hit the button.
Can I finish?
Please do. Please give Evan Keaton his due.
Dude, you guys can
Just restart.
contact.
Just restart.
No. I'm going to keep it rolling. Right? I'm the one with the business card in my hand.
I can grab one.
Well, you haven't yet, so I'm going to finish
We
it.
should probably know the information by now by heart anyway.
You can go ahead and get in contact with Evan
All things
Keaton
fit at
at
gmail.com.
937
All things fit 15.
308-6324. Or you can go to his website. He's got some videos differing in intensity.
He's got. It's not videos. It's
Well,
classes.
Are they not just like pre-recorded workout
No,
videos?
he hosts a class that is at his home gym.
Wait a
Dude,
minute. Wait a minute.
I
Wait a
thought
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I thought
Did
that
you
he-
think this entire time that this class that we've been talking about were videos on his
I
website?
swear to God, I thought it was like some Richard Simmons shit.
We've mentioned it's at his own residence.
No, I'm talking about like the online where there's like the beginners and the intermediate.
Yeah, the
That's
classes
the
that
fitness
you
class
sign up
at his
for.
house.
I swear to God, I thought that was like an online video of like him doing Richard Simmons shit.
Oh man, that's classic. No,
Dude.
he hosts in-person group classes. Correct, yes, you were right on that one part. Low, medium, and high intensity.
Yeah, dude, and maybe one day he'll make some Richard Simmons videos
Oh,
if there's
man.
enough demand.
I can't. That's an all-time classic Shane moment. I was wondering as soon as he said he's got the
Dude.
videos.
Dude, I swear to God, that's what I thought it meant. This entire time.
It was never like a different meaning thing. We said class. We've never said anything else.
I know, but I figured since it's a website, class, like probably just Richard Simmons shit.
You keep saying that, but I don't think you'd even know what that part means.
I do.
Like, he had people in the video with him working out
Yeah.
in a group setting.
Yeah.
He just recorded his group classes.
Yeah. And then he distributed the tapes.
But you you still have to have the class.
He might have had the one or two, maybe when he had enough people to like make the video. Because Richard Simmons had like a whole little entourage with him, dude. It was a whole bunch of chunky white chicks.
Well, the main point here is that Evan Keaton is a certified personal trainer that's going to bring the gym to you, including his own equipment, and cater the workout to your own personal needs.
And maybe some videos in the future if you ask
if
for them.
the client so chooses.
He does make workout videos on his personal page,
There we go, dude. I was right.
but it's just
Those are free to consume.
he's doing them for his own personal growth
Yeah.
because his goals for 2024 are to be Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Probably by August, I'd say.
I was thinking like May.
Could be Richard Simmons.
All right, well, NBA talk. I think we could do the grid thing first, and then, kind of calm back down after this hilarious segment.
I think we should
Right now,
start with the
can we handle that?
yeah.
Can Shane handle that?
No, but these are
I
never
think
going to be
so,
able
All right, well, take it away, Cam.
to. As everyone heard, the assistant coach for the Golden State Warriors has passed away. I believe he suffered a heart attack at the team dinner last night. 46 years old, sad to see. Thoughts and prayers out to his family, obviously. Thoughts and prayers out to the team. It's a pretty traumatic moment to,
Well, at a team,
yeah.
organized thing, especially.
So hopefully everybody is okay. Again, thoughts and prayers out to his family. Definitely sad to see. I mean, 46 is pretty young,
Yeah.
especially for a heart attack. So,
Now, apologies if I butcher it, but Dejan Miljevich.
yeah, I'm glad you did that. I couldn't.
I knew you wouldn't,
Yeah.
so yeah. Either way, yeah, terrible news here. And last thing the Warriors needed to,
Yeah.
They're very unfortunate, but on a lighter note, got a little competition here.
I was going to bring up the DeAndre Ayton thing that we saw. Since it's
Josh
not really.
Giddey?
It is pretty funny.
No, it's pretty funny, dude. He missed tonight's game, Cam. Can you guess why?
diarrhea.
No, worse.
Arguably funnier.
It is a lot funnier.
And it was
actually.
not video game related either.
No,
Baby mama drama?
no,
Not that funny.
no. He could not make it through his neighborhood because it was too icy. The
That's
man,
not a real thing.
Can't be a real thing,
dude,
right?
the man getting paid millions of dollars decided, I'm just gonna stay home.
That has a whole staff.
Bro just called
that could
off?
come- he
Bro
just
called
said,
off.
Hey, you know what? Sorry, coach. Yeah, looks a little rough out there.
I'm
I
not
didn't
gonna
know
be there.
NBA players could call off.
I didn't either, dude. I don't know.
I've
what
never
more
thought
guys-
about
I
that.
think this is the first.
It has to be,
At least say you stubbed your toe.
dude. Something.
Typically, yeah, you say some kind of injury.
not.
You can't just say that.
No, they
No,
did.
you can't.
And if he did say that, how did they get made public? That's something the team wants to kind of keep close to
It
the
was
vest,
on Bleacher
right?
Report, dude. He might have just told media, "I won't be there tonight. My neighborhood's icy."
He's sitting at home streaming.
He tweeted it
and he
out.
just breaks that news.
Hey, sorry, Blazers fam. My neighborhood's icy. Have fun watching the backup.
Man.
That's it, dude. That's rough.
And then Josh Giddey cleared of all charges.
Good for Josh,
As
dude.
we all knew he would be.
Hopefully, he keeps up the good work.
Been in his corner the whole time, you know.
Yeah, dude.
And
Same.
now we can go into the grid.
All right, so we're going to give you guys 3 strikes each.
Okay.
I need you to write down each team you say. I want you to name each team's all-time leading scorer. You can take your pick, which team you want, and which player you're going to name that as.
Sixers is Hal Greer.
I'm actually impressed you knew that. It is Hal Greer.
Cavs has got to be LeBron.
Cavaliers is, of course, LeBron James.
Milwaukee's got to be Kareem.
Actually, no. Milwaukee is it just changed. It's Giannis now.
Is it really?
It is. Actually, I'll give you guys a chance to steal if you get a wrong guess. So,
Okay.
but for now, Giannis is out.
Dallas, Dirk.
The Mavericks is indeed Dirk Nowitzki. 31,000 points. I think 4th all time.
For the Hawks, Dominique Wilkins.
Is correct. Well done.
I believe the Trail Blazers is Damian Lillard.
Portland is now, in fact, Dame Lillard.
Chicago, I'll go Jordan.
Major softball. Yep. I say you guys should get at least probably 20 of these. If not a few more. There's a couple tricky ones here.
Some of them are tricky and they shouldn't be. Is Houston James Harden?
Houston Rockets is not James Harden.
Damn it.
I don't think he was there long enough.
Can I steal?
You can't steal.
Hakeem?
Hakeem is correct.
Yeah. Well, now you pick.
Oh,
Could take a 2-point lead right here.
Utah Jazz, Karl Malone.
Utah Jazz, Karl Malone
Seems
is most
right.
definitely correct.
Oh, man.
Who do you have other than Cavs and the Mavs?
Portland.
You got Sixers, Cavs, Bucks, Hawks, Blazers, Rockets, Jazz, all gone.
Oh, I know what I'm doing there.
Pacers, Reggie Miller?
Great poll. Reggie Miller is indeed correct.
Miami, Dwayne Wade.
Heat is, of course, Dwayne Wade.
Lakers.
This could get tricky here.
This is there's
There's a couple options.
oh man.
I don't want to give a hint away because it would give it away.
This is,
You got to think it's points scored with this team.
yeah. Which means it's
Still, could be a couple, but it
Yeah.
should narrow it down.
it's got to be Kobe.
It is Kobe Bryant.
This might be a long shot, but I'm going to do it anyway. The Nets, Brooke Lopez.
The Nets, where are they at here? It's in Brooklyn now. The Brooklyn Nets is, in fact, Brooke Lopez.
Splash Mountain, baby. I want to go to the Magic.
The Orlando Magic, all-time leading scorer.
Oh man.
I didn't expect Shane to be winning this, honestly.
How many steals do we get?
Unlimited.
And if I mess up the steal, does that go against me?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
And
Is
an
it-
incorrect guess.
I feel like it's.
Again, there's a couple options here.
I gotta say Shaq.
Incorrect. Shane, would you like to steal? You don't have to.
No, I'm going to pass.
This could be for the game. Magic all-time leading scorer,
T-Mac?
Dwight Howard.
Really?
I knew it was one of the two.
Now 2 strikes for Cam and none for Shane.
No,
He's taking the softballs.
A couple steals.
Since
Getting a little closer here.
since I
some more
don't have
slim
any.
pickings.
I'm going to go Minnesota and say Kevin Garnett.
Again, correct. 8-5 right now. Need a rally here. And some wrong Shane guesses and some steals.
Well, the problem is I want to go with teams that are impossible for anyone to actually know because they don't even have fans.
You want me to give you a team?
We
And
can do that
See if you know it.
instead.
And I'll give you a choice. You can pass on the first team. If you do, second team you have to
the
take.
second team.
The Charlotte Hornets.
Oh, I know this one.
That's Kimball Walker.
It is Kemba Walker. You got to go safe here. You got a good lead. Don't want to ruin it.
Or do you want to be given a team too?
That option is presented to you as well.
No, I want to pick a team. Boston, I'm going to go Larry Bird.
Incorrect. Cam, would you like to steal?
Ooh.
Boston's hard.
Honestly, it is trickier than you might think.
Don't think it's Ray Allen or Paul
Kind
Pierce.
of under the radar.
I know
I'm-
who it is.
So I'm not going to steal.
All right. Same thing. Do you want a team here?
I do, yeah.
Let's go with, you know your history. Let's go Denver Nuggets. With just under 22,000 career points. Again, can't pass. Take a new team.
With Denver. Oh, man. I feel like it's got to be the guy that I am completely not remembering his name.
I'd pass that. I mean, electric scorer.
Yeah, I'm going to pass.
Let's go with the Detroit Pistons.
God, I knew you were going to go there. And I've been thinking about picking them. Oh, man.
I think the one that I'm thinking of, I feel like that'd be too obvious. Like, I feel like it's got to be someone obscure.
I don't think it's obscure. I think it's Isaiah Thomas.
That is correct, sir. Well done.
Okay.
I'm going to leave Celtics open if you guys ever want to go back to that.
Same with the Nuggets.
And yeah, same with Denver. Yep.
I want to go with.
So a miss here, and Cam could tie.
I'm up 2.
I have it 7-8.
I'll go Phoenix
That's tough.
and
Good luck, Par. I'll give you that. This might be the trickiest one on the entire list.
is it really?
I've only got 3 guys that I can even think of that may be up there, and I don't think it's any of them.
The more I'm considering it, I'm gonna pass on it, but I'm also gonna
Well, you
explain.
can't because you picked the
you,
team.
you did pick it, though.
So I can't like change my mind.
It seems kind of...
I've only been
yeah.
able to pass because he's given me the team.
Yeah, I feel like you said Phoenix. Just give me a guess. You still have a strike available, though, so you're not out.
Would you like me to tell you the 3 players that I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
I will bet none of them are... The answer will not be a guy that Cam names.
Wait, I think I know who it is.
Okay.
Tom Chambers.
Hell of a guess, but incorrect.
Fuck.
My 3 that I have in my head are Stoudemire, Steve Nash, and Sean Marion.
All incorrect.
But,
I assume you don't want to steal there?
No.
That is Mr. Walter Davis. Yeah.
Okay.
Back to Cam here. A chance to tie.
All the team, dude. You're picking from shit.
I know.
You think that, but once you name a team, it could come to you.
Okay, I have a question.
Hit me.
Is Washington like bullets included?
Ooh, I want to say yes. This I definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll say bullets included.
Well, I want to stay away from them then.
Again, you have options for a team here from me.
Oh, okay. Is OKC including the Supersonics?
Yes, but it doesn't matter.
That should make sense. I'm going to go OKC, Russell Westbrook.
Bingo. Got a tie game right here. 2 strikes apiece. So a miss and a steal would end the game.
Can you give me a team?
I will give you the San Antonio Spurs.
Tim Duncan.
Bingo.
Yeah,
Cam,
hit me.
you want a team here?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the, I think, on par with difficulty from Shane. Let's go with the New York Knickerbockers.
Dude, the Knicks are hard because they've been around so long.
So long.
I think I have a guess.
And I can't think of any Knicks lifers.
This guy, I think, played 1 year at the end. He
With
played
New York?
He played 2 years at the end with other teams. So it's 15 years with the Knicks.
Jesus.
I know who it is.
If I pass, can I pick my own?
Because I didn't let Shane do that when he picked Phoenix.
Well,
That's a fair point.
this is like a loophole.
Because, yeah, I said you get 2 picks here. I gave the Knicks.
But if I pass, can I pick my own team?
Do you have one in mind? I'll give.
It's a team that I'm comfortable with striking out on.
Okay. Well, I'll allow it. I will allow it.
Raptors, Vince Carter.
The Toronto Raptors. It's not Vince Carter.
Okay. I'm cool with striking
Shane, do you
out
want to
on
steal that?
I do. Raptors, I'm going to go Kyle Lowry.
Incorrect. The game goes on.
Okay.
Shane, do you want to pick or do you want one from me?
Now we're sudden death.
Can I take another guess from Toronto?
No.
Give me a team.
And not sudden death. If you
If
get it wrong and you steal, you win. But it's not wrong and done. I'm going to give you, let's see here, make it relatively difficult. The Memphis Grizzlies
Mike Conley.
is correct.
Yeah.
Cam, if you miss, you're out. The New Orleans Pelicans.
Ooh. Oh, I know this one.
11,000 career points.
Oh,
Cam,
that seems low.
you know this one. I know you do.
Ooh, that almost seems too obvious. But Mike Conley, I feel like, was a softball too.
You should get this.
I know you know this.
It's got to be AD.
It is, in fact, AD. See, I think there's only 2 more that you guys should get for sure. And I've been giving Shane the easier ones. Let's give Shane the Sacramento Kings.
Oh man, this is the one that I've been wanting to avoid. But I do have a guess. But I don't know if it's right. Obviously.
All-time leading scorer with 22,000 points as a King.
Can you tell me how long he played there?
He was a King for exactly 10 years.
Chris Webber.
Incorrect. Would you like to steal, Cam?
No. That was my guess.
That would be technically before the Kings. Big O.
Oh.
Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, I just remember him as a Buck.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh, let's see. There's one clear softball. It's too easy. Cam for the win.
Still a clear softball left?
Yeah, for sure. Once you name the team, it'll be obvious. Who we not done yet here? Ooh, that's really tough. That's maybe second toughest on the whole list. The other ones I think you guys kind of take guesses at here. So we're going to go back. I hope the name came to you, to the Denver Nuggets.
Alex English.
For the win, it is Alex English.
Fuck.
The softball was Golden State.
Was Knicks Charles Oakley or Patrick Ewing?
Knicks was Patrick Ewing.
That's what I thought.
Spurs, Warriors, softball.
Steph.
Yeah. The Celtics, any more guesses there? Sneaky?
Bob Cousy,
Not Bob Cousy, though.
Kevin
Fan
McHale?
favorite.
Bill Russell.
John Havlicek.
Oh, Big
27,000
John.
points.
Yeah.
Let's see, all those. The Clippers,
I feel
Bob
like it's gotta be-
McAdoo.
that'd be my guess. Randy Smith.
Oh, I was going to guess Chris Paul.
Who the fuck is Randy Smith?
Exactly. Suns, Walter Davis. The Raptors,
DeMar.
DeMar DeRozan. And the Wizards was Elvin Hayes.
Oh, I thought it would be Wes Unseld.
Again, solid guess. Well done. I think 2 good performances, but in a great comeback after being down 3 points.
Never give up.
Cam gets
Never
the job
turn the
done.
TV off, baby.
Fourth quarter comeback. Now, NBA news-wise, you've got the Kawhi extension. Seemingly kind of out of the blue, I feel like.
Yeah. He's been playing good. So extend him while he can, I guess.
3 years, I think like 150.
Definitely very lucrative.
For a guy with his health history at his age, probably so. But again, playing incredible this year. And then a big trade that went through today, Raptors-Pacers.
Hate it.
For both teams? Or for Indiana?
For Indiana. I mean, let me pull up some stats real quick. Because when Pascal wasn't the first option, he was averaging 16 points a game. And he's not a great rebounder. He's not a great passer. And he's a good defender. But, I don't know that he's worth 3 first-round picks.
Or
And even if they're
great
late,
fit for that team.
and even if they're late first-round picks, so be it. But still, there's potential that they're not late first-round picks.
Not to mention, he might sign elsewhere after the
No, I
season.
believe. I mean, they're pretty much. I
You
don't
would
think they
that'd be
would.
worked in.
I don't think they would have traded him if they didn't plan on re-signing him. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan.
Shane, any
And
thoughts there?
I'll be the first one. Everyone's saying this is like A+ on both sides. I'll be the first one, and maybe I'll be the only one who says that I don't like this trade. Because I don't know, even in their title run in the playoffs, 19 points per game, 7 boards, 2 assists on 16 shots a game.
I mean, I like that Indiana's trying to make a win now move, but I don't know how much Siakam's really going to bring over there. You know what I mean?
So I guess you bench Jabari Smith now?
I guess, but not to mention in that playoff run, he had 33 turnovers and 67 fouls also.
That's also outrageous.
So it's I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
I would rather them kind of take the Thunder route and just keep adding great young talent and keeping your draft picks. Again, I don't think Siakam's that big of a piece to put you over the hump, especially with Hallie out right now for
Yeah, I
another
don't
month
know.
or two, give or take, depending how severe that injury actually is.
And he's in year 8.
He's not he's not a young guy anymore, you know.
He's not getting any younger. He just spent the last 5 years playing 40 minutes a game
Also,
every
you
game.
got to factor that in. A lot of mileage.
So, this is like buying an old cop car. Yeah, it's only got 100,000 miles,
They're hard miles.
but how long have they been idling? When the engine, so the engine's actually been on for 350,000 miles. So yeah, I'm not a fan. And so far, from what I've read, seen online from experts and everything, I'm the only person who's not a fan.
I've not seen any actual reaction yet publicly, so I'm shocked. I wouldn't think it would be that overwhelmingly positive.
It has been everything I've seen is A+ both sides.
For Toronto, sure, you weren't going to sign him anyway, so at least you got some picks for him here.
Yeah, I mean, if it would have been a first and 2 seconds, sure, that's cool. But Bruce Brown, quality role player. But my thing is in that playoff run, in that championship year, that's all Siakam was a quality role player. So, is a quality role player worth 3 first-round picks? No.
And can he be your number 2 scoring threat?
Is he going to be your number 2 scoring threat? You have that now. Like, he has to be for this to be worth it. Like, it wasn't until Kawhi left that his scoring
Had to step up.
stepped up.
Yeah.
So you could argue that his scoring right now is inflated because he's getting more opportunities. You no longer have unlimited opportunities because you're the only player on the team.
Now, he should get a lot more easy opportunities once Hadley comes back.
Yeah.
But so has the guys that they've had already.
Yeah, so it's like, does he complement Miles Turner as well? I mean, the only thing that he adds to their game is just a little bit more stretch. Maybe you could play 5 out now. Because like I said, he's not a great rebounder. He's a good defender.
Not a very physical post presence.
But, I don't know. It's a very weird, I don't know.
He's on the fringe where I'm not sure, how good he actually. To me, he's like a Chris Middleton type, like a third guy.
Exactly.
That does what you need, give you 16, 17 a game, can drop 30 if need be.
But you're valuing him at 3 first-round picks.
Yeah.
And 2 players.
Which maybe we just don't understand what draft picks mean in the NBA anymore.
I mean, the only people who are getting traded for like significant amount of picks are superstars.
These are the next 3 years picks.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Man,
Which
yeah,
even then, they're going to be 20 to 30
yeah,
in that
should
range.
Should be.
But it's still a first-round pick.
A high price to pay.
Now, if they're 30, so be it. That's basically
Well, then of course, it's worth it. Yeah.
That's a second-round pick.
Yeah.
But if they're more towards 20, it's like, ooh,
Could have got somebody there.
yeah,
You could have gotten a stretch 4
correct.
with your actual draft pick and had 2 more in the next 2 years.
Because, yeah, I mean, it also depends what's he going to want in his contract. Is he worth a max deal? Is he worth a super max?
He's going to want a max deal.
So you have to think about that too. If you don't like what he wants, and somebody else gives it to him, then you traded 3 first-round picks for another team to sign your guy.
And what if he comes out and just they don't mesh from here on out?
Then he wants out.
And he signs somewhere else, and you gave up 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, this is a big gamble for that many draft picks.
Which, like Shane said, cool to see him actually make a move like that, take a gamble, but it might not be a smart one.
Time will tell. But I will say I am not a fan.
On record, on air.
Yes.
Now, again, I want to cover a couple things from last week when you guys were not here. So it goes back probably 2 weeks now after that Jokic buzzer beater against Golden State. The Warriors have struggled all year, and even last year, right?
Yeah.
Nuggets are a clear new dynasty, barring Jokic doesn't retire next season, right?
Yeah, like tomorrow.
Was that game, or in this kind of whole season, the passing of the torch from the Warriors to the Nuggets?
I think the torch has kind of been passed, honestly.
Kind of what I was thinking too. I think the Warriors just kind of lit everyone else's torches, and theirs went out.
Especially after last year with the Draymond punch thing and Jordan
Yeah.
Poole, and that was kind of the beginning of the end.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a direct passing of the torch. The Nuggets are great, don't get me wrong. Do I think they'll have a dynasty like the Warriors did? I don't think so.
Nobody probably can.
I
like
think
that,
the
right?
Warriors basically just handed everything back to the West. Where it's like, yeah, guys, we're obviously not going to be running the show anymore. It's really anyone's ball game now.
And then, yeah, there's clearly 4, 5, 6 teams that can all compete at that championship kind of level, just in the West.
So, yeah, I think it was more of a lighting of the others' torches with my final flame than a full passing of the torch.
So the Warriors, tribal council torch,
Correct.
and everybody else came in and lit their own torch.
Yeah.
So that's a better analogy,
And
I
then
think.
Steve Kerr just blew theirs out.
And then Jeff Probst said, you know what, guys? You're out of here.
Yeah.
And Steph may be out of here. But Draymond is back, so that's great news,
Steph's
right?
not having fun anymore.
Looks so
He
demoralized.
looks miserable. It wouldn't shock me if he retired.
I'll
'cause
say that would shock me. You think he'd rather retire than go somewhere else?
I think he's a lifetime Warrior. And I think he would like to keep it that way. So I think he finishes out whatever's left in his contract, hangs it up.
Not one of those role player guys who just wants to shoot threes until he's 48 years old.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Next up are who's in worse shape right now? Who are you guys more concerned about? Again, this is a bigger topic last week, but the Suns or the Lakers?
I'd probably say the Suns. Honestly, they spent all that money in the offseason. You go out, you get Bradley Beal. You sign a bunch of what was supposed to be amazing role players just for your team to not mesh and not play well. Which is crazy to think that a team, I mean, granted, there's been injuries and everything this year, but a team consisting of Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal can't play basketball.
Well, I mean, I could have told you that wasn't going to work.
Kind of reminds me.
I just figured the slack would get picked up
by now
by the role players.
And yeah, all those great bench pieces they brought in.
Like, that's where I thought, like, I didn't think, obviously, 3 ball-dominant guys is not going to work out.
Yeah.
But I think it's the Lakers. The Lakers don't really have a future.
And they're tough to watch offensively.
Like, their future is Anthony Davis and Austin Reeves. Like, that's their future.
Oh, that's not what you want.
I mean, unless you hit the lottery and draft a guy that's great, that's what you signed yourself up for your future when LeBron's gone. So I don't really know. Like, Phoenix, they have these guys for the next 5 years.
Window's still wide open.
So, yeah, it may not work year 1. It might work year 2. LeBron retiring is legitimately limbo every season. And as soon as he's gone, that team is terrible.
We're talking worst team in the conference level.
They'll perform better than that, but roster-wise, yes.
Look, I mean, we all like Austin Reeves. He's not a 2 guy.
He's not that guy.
Defensively, the 3rd lowest rated player in the entire league.
Yeah.
Offensively, not skilled enough to be a 2 guy and create your own shot when there's no LeBron. And look, is D-Russ a legit point guard to set Austin Reeves up? No.
That's the other thing. Like, D'Lo is part of your future, who is hot and cold.
You already got rid of him once. Like,
Yeah, you already got rid of him once.
And then you can talks of bringing in like Zach LaVine. Does
need
that save the team? Do you bring in another star like that, whether LeBron leaves or not?
This is the classic. Let's fill our team up with vets and have no young future. That's what happened to Cleveland. We just got lucky with Garland, Sexton, Mobley, getting Jared Allen somehow because the Nets are dumb. Even Karis LeVert, again, for no reason, but he's been performing well enough.
It's a big win tonight at home against the Mavs to put them to 500 in spite of a Luka triple-double. 29 from D-Russ, the classic 25, 8, and 8 from LeBron. But sitting at 500 in a very tough conference, as far as at least this season goes, yeah, I'm definitely hitting the panic button there in LA.
Yeah. What was it, like 3 years ago when they should have traded for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield and didn't?
How'd that work out?
Still should have traded for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield.
Let's see, after the OG trade, are the Knicks legit contenders in the East?
No.
Still that clear 4 seed behind your front runners there?
Yeah.
They might be able to win a series, but I don't see them making. They might even be able to get to the conference championship, but I think even that's a stretch. I think they made a step in the right direction, but I think they still have got a ways to go, like getting rid of Julius Randle.
He's a problem, right?
He is.
And not a complimentary player
No.
by any means. OG's been great for them so far.
Oh,
As
yeah.
expected. I mean, great piece, great addition on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, what they have to give up for him? 3 first-round picks?
Was it 3?
No.
I don't think so. It definitely
No,
wasn't
it wasn't.
the Pascal package. Since getting him, they've only lost, 2? I think they're 6-2.
Well, he brings a huge boost to their defense.
Even just by himself. Yeah, he's a one-man defensive team. And playing good offense, too, as a third option there. In the same vein, after going 12-2 in their last 14, are the Jazz a legit contender? Lauri Markkanen and Colin Sexton setting the world on fire right now.
Again,
Just a good stretch.
they're going to be a playoff team. I could see them sneaking through one series, maybe two, but they're not championship contenders.
And I guess, when I say contender, of course you think the Jazz not a championship team, especially in the conference, right?
Right.
But, yeah, get a series in.
Could they win a series? Yes.
Scare somebody, force a seventh game. They're there, but the top heaviness is so, in the West right now, just so drastic. But I did see, Laurie said not Laurie said, but it was said about Laurie, the closest thing to Dirk, which is probably the best comparison, right?
Yeah.
A true.
He's better defensively.
Tries more, I guess, yeah.
Faster.
Yeah,
Definitely a
leaner.
lot faster.
Yeah. Well, there's only one German race car, right?
Exactly.
He's Finnish, right? It's the Finnish race car.
Think so.
A little faster. How about some teams of the week right here? Unless you guys have any more NBA news you want to cover.
None that I
That
can
sums
think
it up.
of.
I'm going with the Timberwolves. Still hot. Rudy
on rolling.
Gobert playing great. Finally, that team is finally meshed. I think they've kind of just moved Cat to the 4. He plays outside. He's taking 5 threes a game, give or take.
Which is his best fit,
Yeah,
right?
it works so much better. They beat the Pistons tonight. No shock.
Although the Pistons did win their 4th game.
They did. They did. Congratulations, boys. But then they got a tough stretch. They got, I guess, who knows if the Grizzlies are going to have any starters play or not, but I guess that doesn't matter.
Not against the Warriors.
So they play the Grizzlies, then they got the Thunder. And then they play the Hornets with LaMelo back. So
I'm going with the aforementioned New York Knicks, who beat the Rockets tonight. They go Wizards, Raptors, and Nets. Should be a 4-0 week.
I'm going to go with the Orlando Magic. They've had like a rough patch, but I think Franz Wagner's due back.
Franz Wagner.
Last time I checked, they were winning against the Hawks tonight. Let me pull that up and see if they won.
yeah, they lost 167 to 10.
Computer's being kind of slow.
Oh, man, I have a phone here. I guess I can pull it up probably quicker.
Oh,
than you
dude,
can.
they lost by 2.
In a
but-
heartbreaking fashion.
But they have a tough schedule. But like I said, with Franz back, I mean they've been very competitive in all the games that they lost. They beat the Knicks a couple days ago, and they play the Sixers, Heat, and Cavs.
I feel like for some reason, all of your teams of the week play the Sixers.
That does seem to be a trend, actually.
Is it?
Just coincidentally, I think.
I don't think you're doing it intentionally, but I feel like
No.
it somehow always
Just the
pans
way
out that way.
it lines
It
up.
does.
That's insane.
And of course, no teams from last week, as I didn't take any or talk NBA period. Which means it is time for UFC. And maybe Shane's most anticipated event of all time.
Dude, Sean's gonna kill this guy.
However, rumor is your fandom of Sean Strickland is kind of waning.
He's just talking too much about stuff that doesn't
Well,
matter.
we thought that's what you loved about him the most, though.
Well, now the problem is he's apologizing for everything he's saying.
Yeah. Like,
He said he apologizes to Dreykus for making fun of him for kissing his coach. And then Dreykus takes the stand and says, I don't give a fuck about anything this guy says.
yeah.
Don't apologize. I'm not offended.
Yeah, he said, I posted those pictures. What are you talking about? So just straight.
It's actually a great point. Like,
Yeah.
Dreykus did post those pictures.
Yeah, so you take Sean, who thinks he's going to get in your head, and then you just
Not
say, hey,
letting
Sean,
him in.
I'm in your head. Look who's apologizing.
Honestly, I
bud."
feel like all Sean does is get in his own head
Yeah.
with all this the past month or two.
Yeah.
Definitely with this one.
Like,
And it's weird because Izzy talks, of course. Dreykus, besides that one little
He
altercation,
doesn't really talk.
kind of doesn't talk. And especially not directed to at your opponent.
he talks now, dude. Jesus.
Not really.
Give me one DDP quote.
He even said the only reason he brought up Sean Strickland messaging him is because Sean brought it up.
Yeah. If Sean loses, it is because he's in his own head.
Or just he's not as good as DDP.
No, he's better. He's a lot better.
He's definitely not a lot better.
We'll
He's
get
a
there
million
in
times better,
a minute.
dude.
There are some other fights on that card.
Like 2.
Well, technically 5, but worth mentioning, I think 2. Arnold Allen, plus 140 against undefeated. I don't really know this guy, but Musar Evloev.
Checks out. Sounds like a guy that's
He's like
undefeated in the
16
UFC.
and 0. I think he's only like 2 and 0 in the UFC. But both ranked at featherweight and a close line there, so it should be an entertaining fight at least. And then the first women's bantamweight title fight to not have Amanda Nunes in like 9 years,
Yeah.
with Raquel Pennington and Mayra Bueno Silva, who I'm now a fan of because she said, like, look, guys, I understand this is not a fight anybody wants to watch, but we're going to go out, put on a show, and try to make you guys, win us. We'll try to win you over a little bit here. Look, are they... Nobody's Amanda, of course. They're both quality fighters, but I don't expect it to be anything incredible here. At least not like the main event, in which I am taking DDP.
So am I.
I can't, dude. I'm taking Sean.
Make your case for why.
Sean's fighting style is just so different from everyone else because he's constantly giving you forward pressure. I feel like that's hard to defend against. And his ground game is great. He just doesn't ever have to use it.
If you're a counterpuncher.
Which DDP is
DDP
the same as Sean, really.
is the exact same fighting style as Sean, where he is constantly giving pressure.
With a great chin.
And if there's anyone who's going to outpace Sean, it will be somebody with his same fight style.
And
I mean, look what happened
incredible
when
cardio.
Pereira fought Sean.
Sean,
Sean didn't know how to react to somebody who could outpace him.
yeah. I'm still gonna bet on Sean. Last time I said Sean was gonna win. He won. He hasn't let me down, dude. I'm going Sean.
All right, well, you heard it here first. Yeah, I think DDP has too much volume, incredible cardio, great chin. I don't think Sean's going to catch him like he caught Izzy.
No.
And ground game, I
I-
don't think it's that big of a difference.
I don't think it's going to make a difference.
I don't think it should go to the ground anyway, unless Sean gets scared and decides I need to kill some time here and try to win a round or save myself. See, I like DDP. He's a slight dog, but overall very even fight here. I think he's plus 110, Sean minus 130. And I want to see how the numbers do here. Because they're banking on Sean by himself selling this card.
Yeah. Which, with the apology, with all this stuff, he's kind of killing his fire. He's putting out his own fire for him to be entertaining.
In fact, I just heard today from a huge Sean Strickland fan, he's not going to buy that card anymore.
Because Sean's being a pussy.
His words, not
It's
mine.
verbatim. I would never say that. I would never use that kind of terminology. That's just what I heard down the pipeline.
The quote is from possibly a producer of this very podcast.
Some would
Allegedly.
say maybe Honeymoon Chain.
Didn't want to name names, but my sources do say that he lost a fan. If Sean loses, are you done entirely?
No.
Really?
After this full mental collapse,
No.
do you think he ever talks like he used to after this? He can't.
not
maybe.
if it's bad.
Just not to dry kiss.
No, he can't in general.
He will though.
Yeah, but he will, but then it's just going to be like, yeah, you apologize to the last guy you talked shit to.
And he beat your ass.
Why are you trying to talk again?
He'll say some bullshit. We both know he will.
Yeah, but then it's
Someone will be like,
but my thing is, it's like it's only a matter of time before he apologizes for something else.
I know, but
For
Because
losing?
literally all you have to do is say your dad beat you up.
that is true. It is
Which
way
honestly,
too easy
that
to
is a
say
line I
no.
wouldn't cross personally, but it clearly gets the job done.
It does very well.
And like now he's legitimately on a whole tangent of trying to be a good guy.
I didn't.
It's like a heel trying
As
to
I said,
turn face.
we got a baby face turn right
dude,
here.
I didn't even consider how easy it is now just to get in Sean's head. Because the second he talks shit, your dad beat your ass, dude.
You wouldn't even have to say it. You could just pull up the clip of Dreykus saying it.
Sean is surprisingly soft. Not even just because of that thing. Just in general, not great at taking trash talk.
And then double backing and apologizing. It's like, that's such a weird move. And I mean, maybe he was trying to be Colby and he just realized he doesn't have the heart for it.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's something like that.
I think it's even the backwards because I think Sean is who he is, whereas Colby's more so much playing a character.
I was gonna say Sean called Colby out for playing a character.
However, after this past couple weeks,
Now it feels like Sean was playing a character.
yeah. And again, I'm not hating on him for being a babyface now, being a nice guy.
No, yeah, that's cool. But
Yeah,
who are you?
when you've established this personality as this, I'm going to say whatever I want, no filter, talk shit all day. It's a weird turn, especially leading up to a fight.
Especially a day before the fight.
Yeah. Like, we got weigh-ins tomorrow, and you're already kind of backpedaling. It's a weird look.
It is.
But news-wise, I think huge news, which I can't wait for. 300 has been announced. BMF title belt. Justin Gaethje, blessed Max Holloway.
300 is actually stacking up to be a better card than 299.
Which is hard to believe because 299 is absolutely stacked.
It is.
But 300 should be the best card ever. I mean, 300.
Until
monumental
400.
thing.
Until 400.
Well, granted, until 400, yes. So, yeah, that's going to be a
Jim
great
Miller
battle.
fights again at UFC 400.
Oh, man. Retirement bout. Now, Jim Miller is fighting there. He'll now be fighting on UFC 100, 200, and now 300. Absolute legend. I know he wanted to fight Matt Brown in like a true retirement fight.
Yeah.
They're both down for it. Should be made, but he's going to fight Bobby Green, which I don't love as much. But more importantly, he wants Bruce Buffer to introduce him as Jim fucking Miller,
You should.
which I think, I mean, come on, Bruce.
It's
You
UFC,
get a pass.
It's UFC 300.
It's 300, pay-per-view. You're not on cable TV, and you're Bruce Buffer.
And if you don't, the fans will.
Of course. We need to see that.
We need it.
Yeah, that whole card, I'm stoked.
Thank God.
Although, unfortunately, Cam, I don't think you'll be watching that one a whole lot.
I'll be able to watch it all the way through.
Hopefully, like not a 10 p.m. start time. It's a huge event. Start at like 8 o'clock.
10 p.m. is fine with me.
For you. It fits. Yeah. Yeah. And I think it pretty much covers it for UFC and really the show in general. Let's go for a stick pick
so.
here.
Shane, you do.
I think so.
Let's get high energy Shane reaching into the bucket and pulling out the one, the only. That's like a half band.
This just says 20th anniversary. I have no idea what
Yeah,
that
go
is.
back in there for a full band. Take two is, oh my God, that's a
Jesus.
3 times band. I think I just smoked that like last week.
Arcana Firewalker?
Yeah, CAO Firewalker, which features tobacco that they age underneath volcanic rock, which is unusual, pretty dope.
Kind of sick,
It
honestly.
was a great smoke.
Did
I
it
think it was
taste like volcano at all?
There was maybe some of that like mesquite, more smoky flavor, but nothing that I wouldn't have guessed this was aged any kind of special way myself. Either way, for like $12, quality smoke, of course, from Tip Top Smoke Emporium, and if you're not close by, tiptopsmoke.com. No close but go, no cigar tonight. We have 4 bums though. You guys can probably guess all 4 of them. Of course, my Dallas Cowboys, which should win in a landslide.
I know who I'm voting for.
Them.
Yeah.
We've got 2 coaches actually, Sirianni and Stefanski. Any other week, deserving, but when Dallas does that, they can't not win. And last but not least, the Bulls fans for booing the Jerry Krause promo thing at the game
Yeah,
made his widow cry.
That was just poor taste.
Yeah, of course, all the
No class.
Barkley, Shaq went off on those guys, those fans. The fact that neither Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman were in attendance, even not a good look. Overreaction to the Last Dance documentary, which made Krause out to be kind of the reason the team broke up. But he also built the team and got those rings. So, and the man's dead. I mean, come on, it's not a good look.
Have some class.
And, like, she didn't do that stuff, man.
Especially. I mean, come on, the man's a widow. You don't make her cry.
No, like, if it was actually Jerry Krause, yeah, cool, whatever, booing, maybe.
And not even then, but at least it's a little more understandable.
Yeah, like, if you don't like the guy, you don't like the guy. But, dude, you're going to boo this lady's dead husband? She just came because they probably reached out and they're like, hey,
Yeah.
I think it'll be, like, a really sweet thing. You just got to come. You'll be on the Jumbotron for a couple minutes. And then
Heartbreak.
Oh my god, dude! The second she heard those boos, she's probably thinking, What am I actually?"
They
Couldn't
set
have
me up.
expected this.
They
Yeah.
set me up.
Yeah.
She just grabs the mic. She's like, "Screw you, Chicago! I didn't even want to be here. I can't believe you guys set me up like this." Like goes full WWE heel.
I'm a Pistons fan anyway. Always have been. Let's see, Shane.
And she goes, "Can you smell?"
I do want Shane to take us out of here. But first, of course, I want to remind all you guys, our loyal listeners in SNS Nation, if you do need a great fitness routine, make sure you check out Evan Keaton's videos on his website. Some say Richard Simmons-esque.
Also, I will say, everyone, congratulate Shane. He is tired because he just had his first 3 shifts as a full-time firefighter. So congratulations, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Again, the only actual important person on this show.
Well,
I
other than me.
wouldn't. I wouldn't go that far.
I would.
I wouldn't go that far.
I would.
As far as career choice,
I wouldn't say full time yet. We're working towards like a full time department.
you're pretty much full-time.
You'll be chief in like 5 years, dude.
Oh,
Only a matter of time.
that'd be nice.
I mean, you're already getting ready to crest 40 hours.
That's not full time for fire though.
Well, what's
Well,
your...
It's a start.
It's a start. It's a start.
But you're still working tomorrow
Yeah.
and Friday.
No, not Friday.
So just, well, even then, that's what, 4 12s? Is what you did? 48?
Yes.
Is that not full-time?
To me, that checks out.
No. Full time is 72.
Okay, that's
Good
insane.
Lord.
Well, you guys usually just work 24s, though.
Mm-hmm. Like a full time department, it'd be like 24.
3
on, 48
24s.
off,
That's kind of nice.
isn't it?
That reminds me of my uncle, who, by the way, shout out Uncle Sean. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Unc.
By the time
Dude,
you
happy
hear it,
birthday.
it'll be yesterday. But either way, the sentiment still stands. Shane, what do we always say here on SNS?
You know what we say.
I don't think I do.
S&S boys.
To the moon.